Greetings.
Good evening. I just had to unmute the mic. Can you hear me?
I can hear you well, thank you.
You
can hear me too.
I can hear you too. Yeah, Discord just bounced into my life and shouted, "I can't see your microphone." I was like, dude, it's right here. Relax. But it had a bit of a conniption there, so luckily it's... Oh, by the way, we're transmitting live. Whoops. Might as well turn on the desktop thing. Hello, hi, I'm the Space Quest historian. With me is Pickle Dog. Hello.
Hello.
You have no idea what you're in for today, have you?
None whatsoever.
Shit. Do we need Parsec for this? You're a coder type person, aren't you? You can script, you can code, you can do stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do the whole Parsec-y thing. I'm gonna shoot that into the backer chat. Here you go. Just in case you wanna jump in. There we go. Right, don't you worry, lads. That's just the sound of Pickle Duck connecting. We all know that now. Right. So, I honestly don't know if this music running in the background is gonna get me in trouble. I hope not. It's pretty chill. It's this thing. It's a study music YouTube stream that just goes on forever. She just keeps writing in her little journal, on and on, forever and ever, and she's been doing that for several years now. So it's a lovely stream. I recommend it. I'm stalling, aren't I? Yes. One day, Trolls will pay his airfare to visit Denmark. Oh, I see. It's not me. It's who? Am I gonna pay a Pickle Dog's airfare? Is that what you mean? That would be weird. I mean, I wouldn't mind. It would also be very, very nice.
Yeah, I'll visit one day.
Ever been to Scandinavia or anywhere in Europe?
I've been to Europe, never been to Scandinavia. It's definitely on my short list.
Is it? Because it's cold as hell up here, man. You wouldn't like it.
But probably not in winter.
No, don't come in winter. In fact, and in summer, come if you like the rain. Sure. Oh, wow, I'm stalling. Sorry. Yeah, today is a bit of a weird stream because we are not playing a game, we are making a game. And I've never done a making a game stream before, so Lord knows how that's gonna turn out. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, AdventureJam 2019 is a thing. In fact, let me bring it up. AdventureJam 2019. Here it is. AdventureJam 2019 is a yearly game jam. I can speak. A yearly game jam where you have 2 weeks to make an adventure game, and this ends in 12 days. It started yesterday. Ends in 12 days, 19 hours, 50 minutes, and 40 seconds. So we don't have a lot of time. Oh, live streams. Am I on that? No, I'm not. Oh, wait. Hey, Twitch username. Let's get this bitch on the roll. There we go. Off air? Did I spell that right? Oh well, maybe if I reload this. Nope, I'm off the air. Alright, never mind then. Oh well. Sujak says, put us in the game. Oh, Lucy says she still has Ramp It Up installed. See, last year, I entered with a little game called Ramp It Up, which was made by me. I coded and wrote and designed it, and my friend Amberly, or Pete, or Awesome Monster, whatever you want to call her, drew all the graphics, and my mate John Paul Sapsford did the music. Lovely bit of music. This year, they are not helping me with this game, and they should be happy they're not. We are doing a game on the side, a different type of project, but this AdventureJam game is made by me and our good friend TorpedoBear. In fact, I mean, I am going to spoil what the game is about in this stream, so if you want to, keep the suspense or whatever, probably shouldn't be watching this. I'll show you our dear little design document. We worked on this for a very short amount of time. Some of it is written by TorpedoBear. The bits that aren't spelled very well are written by TorpedoBear, and the other bits are, well, I was see, the thing about designing a game with TorpedoBear, which I learned very quickly, is that he has a lot of ideas and not a lot of ways to string them together. So I was constantly trying to pull in okay, so how does that work then? And he would usually start from like an idea that he had that would be funny, but no way to connect it to anything else that happened. Or he would have an idea for the ending, and he would go, that's awesome, now how do we get there? And he was like, I don't know, something happens. So what I've done is be the something happened guy, and then all the great ideas, all the funny ideas, and indeed most of the writing will be TorpedoBear's. Yeah, Birmingham Man. I should probably explain what's going on. This is the intro that TorpedoBear wrote, and this is the synopsis for the game. Brexit Man, yes, not sexist man or Brexit, it is Brexit Man, arrives at the airport as he has been told in a letter sent by the finest pigeon, and I think it's stamped with the most royal of decrees that he, and only he, is the deciding vote in the re-voting of Brexit, the re-Brexiting. I have translated this opening paragraph for your benefit. This is by far the most spelling error-filled sentence I've ever seen in my life. Summer asks, can TorpedoBear not write English properly, or does he do it on purpose? He can. And he is, in fact, he's actually really good with English. If you've seen him on streams and such, so he speaks English very well. But when he gets excited, and he does that a lot, then he just types shit down and goes, "We'll fix it later." So that's and this was an exciting flurry of just words that came out of him, and he was like, "Right, we'll fix it later." So that's he writes fine in the Discord. So it's not like he's like dyslexic or anything. He's just a very excited person. I love the man to bits. So we've got Brexit Man. He's the protagonist. And the main puzzle of the game is that a fellow whom we internally call Birmingham Man, because that is the joke. He is the obstruction. He blocks the gate at the airport that Brexit Man wants to, or needs to go through to get back to England and cast the deciding vote in the re-voting of Brexit. Birmingham Man makes no sense whatsoever. In fact, I've got the puzzle down here. Yes, Birmingham Man is a security guard who is obstructing the gate to the plane. He will not let Brexit Man board his plane for some reason. He has no discernible speech. And then there's another character whom we call the Eloquent Man, who can translate what Birmingham Man says, but will not translate until you can perform a tongue twister. Now, the idea behind, and then when you perform the tongue twister, he goes and translates and says, no, this man is not stupid, he's just from Birmingham, and then you engage him in a verbal fight of some sort, which we haven't really planned out, that's all on TorpedoBear. Then you board the plane, and game ends. There's a little bit at the end there, and we'll get to that. Anyway, the impetus for Birmingham Man was based off of something that... Oh, Lucy says there are only men in this. No. We have female characters as well. Where was I going? Anyway, impetus for Birmingham Man was something that Sally Beaumont said, the voice actress said at AdventureX earlier last year. She said that last year. She just inadvertently said something like how, she was giving a talk about how accents impact different roles that you portray with just your voice, and she let's slip that sometimes the Birmingham accent is usually given to people who you want to appear less intelligent. And we all flipped our lids because Gareth, our good friend from Backseat Designers, is from Birmingham, so he just made a mock face like, "Oh my God, did she just say that?" So that's the fun bit, and we actually want to get Gareth to voice the Birmingham man. And yes, the tongue twister is based off of something that happened at AdventureX 2. Our friend Melte, who is the guy who does the Tales from the Outer Zone adventure games that we played on the Christmas stream. Oh, Durinde wants to connect to the computer as well. I shall let him. Melte was at the last pub crawl of AdventureX last year. He got very drunk and decided to try a tongue twister on, sorry, I forget his name, but one of the organizers of AdventureX. And there's this lovely bit of footage that my wife shot with her phone of Melte basically falling over himself trying to say this tongue twister at this lovely English gentleman who was just sitting there with his, I don't know, probably a pint, and just going, "You're not making much sense, are you?" And Melte goes, "Nope." Anyway, the tongue twister that he was trying to get out is this one. I don't know where he got it from. His sick warped mind, I think. But anyway, the tongue twister is Jean-Michel Chivalrous cavalry carried peculiar precarious jewelry while rigidly resisting rigorous romancing Romanians with rickets. And it is a mouthful. So anyway, that's the sentence you have to collect in the game. The way you collect the sentence is you walk around the airport and talk to people or observe interesting things in the game world, and you gradually, you pick up bits of the phrase and you go, "Oh wait, Romanians with rickets, that's an interesting phrase. Oh, there's Jean-Michel Jarre, that's an interesting name." And you sort of piece that together, and he won't let you proceed. He won't translate what Birmingham Man says unless you've picked up all the clues. There are currently 5 clues around the airport. TorpedoBear has said that he wants to make the sentence a lot worse. So there might be more. And then there's the last puzzle here that I don't understand at all, but TorpedoBear said it made sense to him. Once you've had Birmingham Man's language translated, then you enter a cock-off. You basically engage in a battle of words that descends gradually into Cockney and ends with sentences consisting solely of the word fam. And I just put in parentheses dialogue tree puzzle because TorpedoBear said it would make sense. I don't get it, but anyway, yeah, there you go. So at the end, once you get, what? Sorry,
I was going to say, greetings, Durinde.
Oh yes, hello Durinde. Yeah. Oh yes, you have joined the voice chat as well. I'm very sorry.
Sorry that I joined, or sorry about the content?
The content. Yeah, I'm not sorry that you joined. I love the fact that you joined. I will try not to disappoint you, but I make no promises.
Oh, I disappoint myself all the time, so don't worry about it.
We're bros. I can feel it. Yes, I am the walking disappointment. Okay, so the ending, just to disappoint everyone further, is once you get past Birmingham Man, then you have a choice. Do you actually want to go back to England? Or do you want to go to California? Fuck Brexit. And for the entire game, there are no inventory puzzles in the game, at least not so far. The only thing you carry with you is a sandwich. And that's just so we could put in this line at the end. When you arrive somewhere, he can go, "I arrived with a sandwich." That is an extremely obscure reference to a Dylan Moran stand-up show called Monster. And if you don't know Dylan Moran, maybe you've watched Black Books, the sitcom with him and Bill Bailey. It's a one-off line in that stand-up show that we all fall over laughing at every time we repeat it. So it makes even less sense when I explain it out loud. So anyway, as you can see, there are a bunch of stores in... Actually, let me show you the map. This is the map. This is
good old placeholder art.
Yeah, we just drew this quickly because these are the locations that we thought we needed in the game. I have since added a few more locations to it. What you see on the left here is the opening cutscene where you arrive and then check in with a sandwich. So once we get into the game, you're past the check-in point, so you can't leave the airport. Once you get in, here's a top-down map of the place. You've got a record store that only sells synthwave. You've got the actual gate where Birmingham Man is. You've got a bookstore, which is called Stables in Burgrave. This is a stupid pun off of oh shit, what is it? Shit. Stables and I forget. It's not Marks and Spencer. What's that big chain of bookstores in the UK? What's that called? Why am I blanking on that? That's so weird. Barnes and Noble, of course. Thanks, Sujak. Barnes and Noble. So basically, Stables and Burgrave are just synonyms for a barn and nobility. Barnes and Noble, yeah. I blanked on that completely. I'm an intelligent person. And we needed a convenience store, a 7-Eleven type thing, but then TorpedoBear goes, we can't call it 7-Eleven. Why not just call it -4? So that's what we did. All right. So what I have done is I've made bits of the game, made bits of the prototype. As you can see, the map of the world has increased in size a bit. There are a few more locations here. Now this is all placeholder art, incidentally, of course, because once I get the prototype finished, then I can hand that off to TorpedoBear and he can write all the dialogue, and then I can concentrate on making the actual art and the music for the game. So this is also how we made Ramp It Up. Basically just drew really horrible placeholder art for the backgrounds, and then once we got all the game logic in place, then then the rest of the game can take place. So maybe I should just show you how the prototype operates. Right now you can get 4 out of 5 of the phrase, but I put in a little cheat so you can also see the ending. And today we're gonna finish up the prototype. We're gonna put in that last puzzle. Right, time to head back to good old England. I just need to find my gate and hop on that plane. Simple as can be. Lovely placeholder art, don't you agree?
Beautiful animation.
Oh, there are so many things that you shall see. All right, so
he just kind of kicks his leg out backwards.
He does, and the talking animation is just him wiggling his feet as well. Yeah, it looks like a wood tick, doesn't it? So we've got the perfume promenade. That's the only bit of the game that I haven't drawn placeholder art for yet. That's the only location that's not in there yet. Something has to happen here. We have the -4 up here. We have the gate up here. We have storage lockers here, which I don't really have a use for yet, but I'm hoping maybe the last puzzle will involve the storage lockers somehow. Here's the Synth Palace, the record store that only sells synthwave. And here's Stables in Burgrave, the Marks and Barnes and Noble, yeah. And there's an information desk that also does nothing. So I kind of padded out the game with a couple of locations that do nothing. So
7 minus 11 equals -4. Thank you, Lucy.
Yes, that's why it's called -4.
I can't see anything that I don't like much.
Boy, the music is kicking up, isn't it? Just gonna turn that down a bit. There you go, Sunny Jim. All right, so let's go to the gates. Look at that funky place. I put in a soda machine because my friend Jess collects soda machines in games, so there has to be a soda machine there. We've got gate 7, and here's the gate attendant, Birmingham Man. He's blocking access to the gate. Now you have to talk to him and tell him to fuck off somewhere. And once you've done that, that triggers a conversation that opens in the bookstore, so you can ask the intelligent person that, wait, what the hell is Dan doing? 2 + 2 is 4, -1 is 3, quick maths. What the hell? Alright.
Just doing math.
Alright, someone has to.
So you got a soda machine, I just need a dog you can pet. Maybe you can put a dog in maybe you can put a security dog in the police line that you're not supposed to pet, but you can pet it anyway.
A dog that
Let's put the dog in the information desk.
Definitely need a dog thing. Well, I've got a little list of things that I need to put in the game that are not in the game. The other two things are I need to put Space Jesus in the bookstore. Space Jesus is from a different AdventureJam game from last year. He was also an Easter egg in Ramp It Up. There's an Easter egg where you can meet Space Jesus. And fellow on my Discord, Vocabra, or Russian gentleman, suggested that I should put 2 gay men kissing in the background because in Russia that's automatically an 18 plus rating. So I just want to piss off some Russians. And we have to put in a dog that can be pet. Yes, because you have to be able to pet the dog, obviously. All right. So moving into Stables in Burgrave. I mean, look at the fucking art. It's amazing. So Lucy was asking, are there any female characters in the game? And yeah, the clerk here is supposed to be female. You can't tell from the misshapen head. The information desk character is female. There's a person in the -4 clerk is also female, I believe. It's sort of, at this point, who knows? But the reason why I know that there are female characters in this is because Sally Beaumont actually wants to do a voice for this game. So we're gonna let her do a voice for this game. So let's talk to the book reading person. Excuse me. Hello. Yes. You seem like a smart person because I'm reading a book. Yes, and the fact that you can apparently read minds too. You seem easily impressed. All of this is placeholder dialogue. It's not going to be in the final game. TorpedoBear is going to rewrite all of this. Can you help translate? This conversation bit only appears if you've talked to the Birmingham man. Cool, let's go. Not so fast. I need you to complete this massively complicated tongue twister first. Why? I don't know. TorpedoBear will figure this out when he writes this dialogue. Awesome. And then I've put in suggestions for conversation bits that I want TorpedoBear to fill out, like what sort of tongue twister do you want me to do? We already established the rules, needs to contain at least 15 words, repeating phonemes, needs to be a grammatically correct English sentence, but it doesn't have to make sense, it just needs to make sense grammatically, because that's most important. Where'd I come up with it? Yeah, just blah, 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 blah. Right, thanks for your time. So right now there's a counter going on. I'm going to hit my special little secret debug, Control D. The quest is now active. It was inactive until we talked to the book reading person. We have found 0 of the phrases. And once we, for instance, this character up here, the clerk, has 1 bit of the phrase. What does the name mean? Well, Burgrave is a nobleman ruling a German castle and surrounding grounds by hereditary right. You don't say. I do say. And the stable part? That's where you keep the horsies. Tell me more about the Burgraves. Well, I will now extensively teach you about the ins and outs of German castles and surrounding grounds because I don't need to fill out this shit. That's TorpedoBear's job. You do that! TorpedoBear will fill this bit out. He will, and it will be so amazing. I have no doubt it will. And they also had many chivalrous cavalries. That's an interesting phrase. Thank you. And debug comes up. 1 phrase has been found.
And the 4th wall has been shattered.
4th wall is utterly, especially when you do placeholder dialogue, because I cannot contain myself. Go to minus. This guy, look, I mean, the placeholder art just makes him look like Cloud Strife wandered into an airport and immediately drank all the caffeine he could find.
Look at those eyes.
The talking animation's pretty good too, I think. Looks like something out of Goblins, I think. Like the first Goblins game.
Yeah.
Weird customers. There was one guy who I had to drag out of here. It was weird. He rigorously resisted. Oh, what do you mean? Well, he went rigid. Oh, so he went rigid and rigorously resisted it. Yes, that's what I said. Carry on. 2 phrases found. And we have a look at the magazines. Now, the game is using the same interface that we... Sujek says you should voice act him. I like the Beaker voice. Which one? I think I'm gonna voice the protagonist actually, because it has to be either me or TorpedoBear. And oh, here's the rub, by the way. TorpedoBear is gone for the 2nd week of the jam, because there's a metal festival in Copenhagen, and he's one of the volunteers for that. So he's actually gone for the whole second week of the jam. So we've only got this first week, the coming week, to get the script completely sorted out so he can write all of that in the first week, and then the 2nd week is where we get the voices recorded and I finish up all the graphics and shit, or actually draw the fucking graphics. Dan asks, will the game have the same kind of interface as Ramp It Up? Yes! That is exactly what I was going to say. This is the same interface as Ramp It Up, and it was coded for me by a lovely, lovely person called Ben S., who made this for... many years ago. I had an idea to do a Space Quest Historian adventure game. That's still in production, I guess, but I've since used the interface that he coded for me on several projects, and it has this lovely contextual thing where you click on something, you can define up to 10 different verbs. Just any verb you want. So you're not locked into look, use, talk, for instance, or the LucasArts 9 verbs: give, open, close, pick up, talk to, look at, use, push, or pull. I got them all 9. Yeah. You're not locked into them. You can just define whatever ones you want. For instance, buy. I don't need a magazine. If I get bored on the plane, I'll just read the barf bag instructions. I hope he keeps that in. I like that joke. But anyway, we can browse these. Maybe there's some inspiration for the phrase in these magazines. Let's see. The front cover of this History Fetish monthly magazine reads, Romanians with rickets continue to romance. Romanian romance, and with rickets too. 3 phrases found. Actually, I should have gotten one of you guys to play it, but screw it. We have work to do. Sorry, was someone about to say something?
So Wirebrain is trying to get your attention.
Yeah, Wirebrain says me. I think he wants to do a voice. I'm not sure.
Oh, he's just trying to sound like Vika. Okay.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Dan asks who will do the graphics. I will, and I'll show you how. Not this kind of this is all done in like 2 seconds in Photoshop. This is not it. All right, let's go get the last phrase that you can get with this. I have no idea what this person is supposed to look like. He's very focused. So we're gonna have a chat with him. Welcome to Synth Palace. You can't get anything out of him yet because you have to look at this poster, which will be of someone sticking his hand in a giant laser field, and that is, of course, Jean-Michel Jarre. Who's that guy in the post? Well, that's him. That's an interesting name. All right. 4 phrases found. Now the 5th phrase is not in the game yet. So what we can do is we can go to Stables in Burgrave. There's a lot of checks in the book reading person. He checks up on how many phrases you've got. If you haven't got all of them, the only one you can select is I think I've come up with something, and then he'll just blunder through the ones you've got. Jean-Michel Jarre, chivalrous cavalries that it's rigorously rigid, like something to do with Romanians, like romancing Romanians. Yeah, I'm gonna stop you there. It's not bad at all, but it still needs that final twist. Keep at it, you're nearly there. Good day. And now, depending on how many you've found, he says something different, like, oh, this is awful, you haven't even tried. And there's like 5 stages of this. So, since we can't... Oh, Sujak says, will the game play us some 6 synthwave? Oh, I can't. I have to show you how I'm doing the graphics and the audio later. I will. I'll show you later. All right. So, since the 5th phrase is not in it, I have, however, coded in the actual ending of it. So I've left in a little cheat. The little cheat is up here. There's a secret cheating hotspot. You can click on that. It says cheat. I will be done. That increases me to all phrases found. So now I can talk to him, say, excuse me, yes, okay, that swaps out the previous dialogue option, the waffling one, with this one. Okay, I've got the perfect tongue twister for you, and there it is. I'm not going to read it aloud again. Oh my, yes, I will help you now. Take me to this man that's causing you all these problems. Whoop, here we go. This the guy? Yes, watch this. Let me pass, please. Does that make any sense to you? Yes, and I will now explain it to you. Insert explanation here. And now I will depart. Thank you for your time, eloquent man. Don't mention it. So he
faces on
Yes. I didn't want to bother drawing a walking animation, so I just had him teleport out. I'm thinking of keeping that.
Beyond space and time.
Just his work is done, and then he just returns to his people. So now you can talk to the gate attendant. Dude, let's battle again. I have no idea how this puzzle is gonna work. And so right now he just says, let's battle. Cock, you may pass. Now I will have a fit. Fantastic. You've won. Now bugger off. And the game just kind of stalls there because that's as far as we've gotten. So that is this is the end. The game is now in an end state. Everything is done. The gate attendant is well, you're not supposed to be able to walk around from now. Now it's supposed to transport you to a select your destination screen. You can go to California or you can go to England and arrive with a sandwich. And the reason you can go to California is really fucking stupid. See, when we were writing the document, just random shit poured out of us. You can go to California because, well, for some reason, the screen goes black. Brexit Man says, I can't see anything. Why is it all dark? And then there's a voice in the dark that says, let me check your eyes, sir. Oh, what's wrong with my eyes? Here, let me check. Oh no, this isn't good, sir. What? What's wrong? Oh, this just won't do, sir. Oh, tell me, why can't I see anything? Oh, goddamn tourist, I'm sorry, sir. You can't see California without Marlon Brando's eyes. Well, fuck it, I'm going to England anyway. And then off he fucks. And this sentence is from a Slipknot song, and it's just the most non sequitur stupid phrase ever. So we totally cracked up when I said, hey, you should go to California, and then it's all black, and the attendant at the other, or the customs agent says you can't see California without Marlon Brando's eyes. TorpedoBear cracked up and says, we're putting that in the game, and I went, god damn it, I shouldn't have said anything. So anyway, that's the game. And what we have to do now is put in the final puzzle. Lucy says, I don't understand. No, there's there's nothing to understand. Dan says the lounge thing is no more then. What lounge? The audio lounge is definitely a thing because we have two lovely people in it who are now scared to death.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're alive.
Yep. Arish Kogol is actually John Paul Sapsford who did the music for Ramp It Up. Give it up for Up. And it is indeed a line from a Slipknot song. It's a terrible, terrible line too. Anyway, so this is what it looks like. Now I'll show you how I plan to do the graphics and the audio, because that is that's where the fun is. So what I need is DOSBox.
Why, Brenda, is you were stuck in Disney's California Adventure. Game over.
Also, a good idea, but all right. So V. Here we go. So this is Autodesk Animator. It is a lovely program from the good old DOS ages. Does that actually show up on stream?
Hello, Autodesk Animator.
I have no idea if this actually.
I've seen you.
Because
showing up for Prosec and on the stream, yeah, it's a bit small though.
It's a small box, yeah.
That's so weird. I tried putting it into full screen, and it just that didn't go over very well. Anyway, so I'll just go like this. All right, so this is let's see, when was it from? 1989, 1990, 1991. This is the version from 1991. And what it does is make these kinds of graphics. You may have seen these from, games of the era. A lot of people either used Deluxe Paint or Autodesk Animator. And the thing about Autodesk Animator is, as the name suggests, it is also an animation tool. And what it does is it spits out these files called FLI files or flick files. And these files are natively understood by Adventure Game Studio. So, sort of in lieu of having an FMV game, what we can do is play these silly little animations. Now, this is one I just whipped up to show TorpedoBear. Basically just a car driving in and then a fart cloud escapes from it. Yeah, this is how I'm going to draw all the graphics. It's going to look as 1990s as possible. And what it does, you can sort of... here's actually a little guy that I drew. So you can copy him into the scene. So now he is part of the scene here. So we'll go to the last frame after the fart cloud has escaped. And we'll... let's see. It's been ages since I've played around with this game. So... let's insert 50 frames and then say optics. We will move this guy on a spline that goes from here and here. I think that's how you do it. Then, like this. Oh, well, he just sort of fucked off, but anyway.
My people need me.
Go away. So, like I said, it's been a while. Let's see. How do I... Oh, wait. Clear all. There you go. Clear off. Draw the path again, going from here, going up here. Okay, there you go. And then I guess the door's open or whatever. I'm gonna redraw all of this because it was drawn in very... Yeah. And you can in slow out, slow. And now we'll render that, and now...
Just to answer the questions in the chat, yes, this tool hails from the early 90s. It is not Windows, and it's running in glorious 320 by 200.
Yes. That is in fact what it does. So now that's the opening animation. Or it would be, but I'm going to redraw it. Because this was drawn out. One of the rules of the jam is you're not supposed to start drawing anything until the actual jam. So I'm going to have to redraw all of this. It's just not, which is not going to be much of a bother or a big loss or anything, because fuck me, look at it. I'm going to try and put a little more
final art.
Ship it. It's done. I'm going to
Ship it. Yeah.
It's done.
Put a little more care and attention into it. Also, when I hit full screen, I lost the chat. There it is. Yes, Sujack, this tool is from 1991.
And one thing worth mentioning about Autodesk Animator is it's also limited to 256 colors.
Yes.
Or you can choose the palette. And the way the game works around palette limitations, Animator works around palette limitations, is one of the things that gives its characteristic. It kind of auto-approximates the color if it's not in the palette.
Yes, it does these lovely gradients, which you saw a lot of. The lovely gradients, which is something that Deluxe Paint does not do. However, I also do have Deluxe Paint. I could briefly show you that. Mount CD. Did I just call it D-Paint? Yes, I did. DP is the executable for Deluxe Paint. Hardy har. And we'll go into...
Look at all these resolutions, man.
I know. So, this is 256 color. This is what Secret of Monkey Island was drawn in. And Loom. And it was, in fact, hand-drawn. I have no idea what I'm drawing right now.
It's called Guybrush.
Yes! The reason why it's called Guybrush, he is called Guybrush, is because when you cut something out of this... Like if I mark this fucker up, it becomes a brush. See, I can paint with the flower, and I can save my brush. I can become guy.brush. You see? You see where that comes from? That's why Guybrush is named Guybrush. Anyway, I don't think I'll be using this program too much, because I think everything I need to do, I can do in Autodesk Animator. As for music... See if I've actually got it installed. I hope I do. Shit. I'm gonna use AdLib Tracker. Oh, I've got it right here. Here we go. Now, this is not technically the DOS version. I'm very sorry. Actually, let's minimize this. Not technically the DOS version. There is a DOS version, but I am running the Windows 32-bit executable because... Why not? It works. I don't have to fiddle with DOSBox setups too much. I don't remember how to operate this, but I did do a quick song in it that I don't think I carried over from the... No, I don't think I did. Anyway, I think with a little help I could probably load... What's the load command for this? What did I just do? Jesus Christ. Oh, load file, F3. Well, let's try and go into modules. There's a bunch of shit here. Oh, it opens S3M as well. That's weird. God only knows. Let's play this one. Let's just mute the lovely stream we've got going in the background, and this is gonna take a while, isn't it? Let's see. Play. There's gotta be a play button.
Bad soup. Will there be soup?
Soup in the game? There should be. F5 is play. That's a little more. It's a little
Some
more.
Mega Man boss battle.
Yeah, it is. Also, it sounds a little more.
I like it though.
Oh, I like it. I like it very much. It's very chiptune, but it's a lot more Commodore 64-ish than AdLib, I think.
Yeah, this is not a PL2.
No.
It's doing things that PL2 can't do.
It is. So F7 is stop. Hang on. Goodbye. I did a tune in it when I was supposed to be doing work, and I pasted that into the Discord. So let me just quickly fire that one up so you can listen to what I apparently for some reason I didn't get around to actually putting the song that I did with this installation I've got here, but I've got let's see. I'll just show you what I'm searching for. Here we go. Messing around with AdLib Tracker. Let's jump to that and play this bit.
No, that's AdLib.
That's more AdLib. Yeah, Grundislav asks if there will be any references to soup. Of course.
Should get Grundislav to voice some Jamaican soup.
Chuck him into the soup. So anyway, that's a lot of AdLib. The drums give it away.
Feels like a driving game.
It does, doesn't it? It feels like I don't know, like an late 80s Need for Speed kind of game or something like that. All right, so that's how I'm gonna do the game. I'm gonna make it as 90s as possible. So we're not gonna win any awards, like at all, really, which is good. We're just doing this because, well, I guess because TorpedoBear has things he needs to get out into the world.
Meanwhile, back on Mean Streets.
Wasn't it? It wasn't until Martian Memorandum that they started using AdLib, but it was. Oh, Grundislav does not do Jamaican voices anymore. Oh, Grundislav realized they were sort of racist. So,
He's moved on to wonderful sitting animations and door opening animations.
Yes, and
That he has.
and a spot-on Gilbert Gottfried impersonation. I don't know if you've heard it. It's good. It's scary, but it's good. 1993. Yeah, you can do a Creole. You can do a pretty good Virginia Capers as well. So let me take you on a bit of a guided tour around the mess that I created yesterday, starting from the gates. So when you go to the gate, here's gate 7. This is the ending. This is the ending that just says, well, when everything's done, gate translated is true, and then we should move on to the ending. And in the dialogue up here with the clever guy, or the eloquent man, or whatever, there's this frightfully long list of things that he can say if you've got bits of the phrase. Grundislav just noticed the game is called Brexit Man. Yes! Because he is the last person with the deciding vote in the re-Brexiting. The re-Brexit, so he has to get home in time. So, as you can see, the last phrase is missing, and that's the one with the jewelry. Now, TorpedoBear's original idea was that, and you can see this in the... oh, let's turn the music back on. TorpedoBear's original idea was in the... let's see, here in the design document, or actually the map of the world document, is that there should be a painting hanging outside the gate, and that painting should show the the game that he did when I was teaching him AGS. If you remember, the pencil block nightmare Game with the screaming house and the little pus boy that walked, who was apparently melting. Ikifu remembers it and sometimes has screaming nightmares about it. Anyway, there should be a painting of that, and the painting should be called something jewelry, something jewelry, peculiar jewelry. Which I figured would be a lot more interesting if it wasn't hanging outside the gate, because as you can see, this screen is already way too busy. I mean, there's a soda machine. You can't really fault soda machine. So, and I've got these new locations that I need to use for something. We've got a perfume promenade, which is right now just a black screen. And we've got these storage lockers that do absolutely fuck all. And we've got an information desk where I hope to put in a clerk who is no help whatsoever, as most info desks usually are. Serio says the name of the main character should be Seat. Brent's Seat. Why? I mean, I like it, but it's weird. So, let's see. First thing we should do is draw the perfume promenade, and then I think we could just sort of brainstorm as to the painting puzzle. Because I want to keep the painting in, because that was TorpedoBear's idea. We need to keep the painting in, but I figured there should be something more about the painting. Oh, Brent Seed kind of sounds like Brexit. Well, I can sort of see that. Not really though, but yeah, okay, never mind. I thought we could brainstorm a bit about the painting puzzle, because I think it's a bit too easy if you just walk up and look at the painting. I figure you should walk up, look at the painting, ask someone what it's called, who the artist is, and just sort of bounce back and forth. Because right now, the game is over in like 10 minutes, and that's if you talk to everyone. So I want the painting puzzle to be a little more involved. So I will accept any ideas as I draw the perfume promenade. I have no idea what this is going to look like, by the way. Probably ass. No, Grundy, your assonance. Please stop referring to my ass. I've told you once. Alright, to accomplish this, I have this lovely little drawing tablet that's not very lovely at all. The other backgrounds were not drawn with this drawing tablet. As is plainly obvious, they were in fact drawn on a laptop with one of those little touchpad-y things. It was awful. I cried. This might be even worse somehow. We'll find out. So, oh shit. You know what? We need a dude for scale. Adlib Tracker, you can fuck off, thank you. We need our little Brexit man dude for scale. Areas. So that's his actual size, and that means I can draw in the background. Oh, Grundy wants to know what kind of tablet it is. I have no idea. It's a Wacom tablet. I think I sort of borrowed it from the last place I worked, and they didn't ask for it back, so here it is. And now apparently, I'm sure someone is actually watching this stream, and then, you know, I'll be accused of theft and have to pay a huge fine, and they'll come after me for this silly little Wacom tablet that no one was using. It doesn't have a sticker with the model number. I think it does. Model number CTE 430 parentheses Sapphire, which I thought was a character in Tex Murphy Tesla Effect, but yeah, never mind.
It is kind of blue.
So a perfume counter is just sort of a thing that's just standing out in the middle of nowhere. Fucking, this is the tiniest tablet in the world, by the way. So this is like a support beam. That's, I don't know. That's holding up a big banner. The banner is slightly three-dimensional, but not quite. And there's the other port beam here. This bit is unattached, and there's the tack just floating off there.
Can the lady working at the perfume counter be called Smell You Laters?
Actually, that should be on the, yeah, this one. I will have a little desk where she can stand. At this point, Grundislav has stopped communicating in the chat because he is heaving on the floor going, this is an insult to artists everywhere. I mean, there is actual blood coming out of his mouth. Let's see.
Yes, folks, this is not the Bob Ross stream. This is the Space Quest Historian stream.
And this is just placeholder art, people. It's gonna look much worse than the final product. Oh, and she needs a little, first of all, she needs shelves of products. Shelves. Like this sort of bulging kind of shelfy thing. I mean, this was the standard of art when I did Ramp It Up. This is what Amberly actually drew over. Poor fucker. This is not a safe bit of shelving, but it's the only kind of shelving I can draw. Oh, we put a little perfume bottle there. Perfume bottle there. This one's smelly, apparently. Yeah, it's just, that's horrible. And this is someone's vibrator that they couldn't check in through customs. And this is a big box of something. It's not too bad, especially considering it's done with a mouse. It's not. That's what
Here's the secret.
that's
Everything's a happy little accident.
Happy little. See this, like this room was drawn with a like a laptop tablet, one you just roll your finger over, and it's also similarly awful. But this is actually my hand drawing. I don't know, because this location is useless at the moment. There's nothing to be taken away from this location at the moment, so it is basically just putting in an extraneous location for no goddamn reason. Gonna have the floor over here. Have the, could you fuck off, please? Have the, I guess, the gates over here.
So we're doing placeholder art, so of course we have two real artists in the chat.
Yes, to increase my heart rate more than anything. Oh yeah, has anyone seen Vocab? If you haven't seen Vocabra's, what the fuck is happening? Vocabra's drawings, please go and visit his Patreon. I think it's just patreon.com/Vocabra. He does these lovely watercolor illustrations. Someday I wanna do a game based on his art. It takes for fucking ever to draw that kind of lovely art, of course. So these are some windows, and out here you've got the runway. That's a plane. Got a little bit up here. The wings have fused together. This is in fact the scrapyard. So as you can see, it's not technically on the runway. The runway is up here, and this is where this is the emergency chute where people are. Oh god, they're piling out of the emergency chute there. There's some, let's see. There is some blood on the floor. There you go. Everyone's dead. Good. And similarly over here, the runway goes up here. Someone was drunk when they did that. And that's about it. Everything else is just completely empty. All right, so let's do a new layer and draw the Smell You Later's clerk, who needs long, flowery, lovely hair. The sort of hair that just comes down one side and then stops. And she needs big, beautiful eyes. Yep, there you go. Needs a petite little nose and a winning smile. There you go. And an earring. Alright, I'll just frame her head in. There you go. Looks like a clown who got lost somewhere. This is where I always get stuff wrong, so please don't brand me as a misogynist, but I've never been able to draw female characters very well, so let's just pretend those are breasts. And just go like, yeah, there you go. Lovely. She's supposed to be obscured behind the counter anyway. So we'll just draw in... Oh, we need to close these up because we need to draw in her colors. And give her a... What kind of... that looks like a dog. Lucy says it looks like a dog. It does. Vocabra says, fun fact, I'm actually horribly bad with digital art. Which is why when we do make our games sometime late in the future, it's all got to be hand-drawn, man. It's got to be like lovely pastel digitized art. You draw them in hand and then we animate on top of that. And also it should be a first-person game so we don't have any like moving sprites or anything. I've got it all figured out, man. Just let me know when you have time. What kind of color is good for her? I think this sort of sick lime greenish kind of thing. There you go. You're looking grand, milady. Milady. Yeah, welcome to the incel stream. And blue jeans, why not? I don't know. And shoe color, who gives a shit? These are barely even shoes. Look, she has elephantitis in one of her, yeah. And need to color in the eye color slightly off-white so that it doesn't become transparent. And lovely urine yellow colored hair. There we go. You look amazing, my dear. I am an artist. Grundislav, you've got nothing.
That is a particularly terrible shade of yellow.
It is.
I like how her neck is as thick as the rest of her body.
I don't draw necks, in case you haven't noticed. So, oh, that's Troy, by the way. This is an upcoming episode of, what's it? A Moose Douche. The
Douche Mountain?
Douche Mountain. Not Douche Mountain, just a Moose Douche. This is an interactive fiction read by Rizulka. It's a piece of interactive fiction called A Night with Troy, and you can all guess where that one's going. It's not going anywhere good, is what I'm saying.
I think I played that when I was 12.
Oh, God.
That thing is old.
It is old and dirty. Alright, so, you know what? We're gonna need some details, thank you.
Is that Fran Drescher? Yes, it is.
It was Fran Drescher.
I've also played it. I'm in good company.
Oh, God, everyone's... BSD folder, bonded sadism domination. Yes! Also backseat designers, but mostly that. So this is a character, this is I'm just gonna call it Perfume Girl, and this is her standing sprite. And let's not go overboard with animation, shall we? Let's just have her just sort of... That's her talking animation, there we go. And let's do one more frame because we're generous.
And yes, creepypasta is ramen that is sold for 20 cents in local shops.
Perfume Girl, talk to. All right. So this also doubles as an AGS tutorial that you absolutely should not follow. And we're gonna have to clear you guys away so we can save this as a background. I mean, who cares? Background. For some reason, it switched my keyboard from Danish to English. Thank you. There we go. She looks like one of the Beagle Boys from DuckTales. She looks like it's amazing. Sorry. I was just gonna say, it's amazing what you can do with pixel art. The suggestions. It plays with your imagination, doesn't it? It's really wonderful. So, sorry, Durinder, what were you saying?
Oh, I was agreeing with Grundislav in the Beagle Boy reference.
All right, let's import little perfume girl here. Lovely. And let's give her a view. Do girl folder for her because she is so nice. We'll have a perfume stand and a perfume talk. Grundislav was trying to show me ways that you can, you know, these views don't have to be as separate as I'm making them, but this is how my this is how I was taught to use Adventure Game Studio, and by God, this is how I'm gonna do it. So we've got her views. Now we can create her character. New character, perfume girl. One for standing, one for talking is the standard. You're good. Thank you. Grundislav was showing me something like when you do a number of views, you usually have your up, down, left, right views, and then you have diagonals if you want to get fancy, and then you have a bunch of views that you can. Or what am I talking about? Like this, like loops. Loops is the word I was looking for. Like, yeah, left, right, up, down, down, right, da, 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 and then it just goes on and on. So you can do a lot of animations, no special purpose animations, if the character wants to have a fit, like our Birmingham man does. But anyway, since I'm such a cheapskate, she only has one look. She doesn't walk anywhere, so we're just gonna call her character perfume girl. She starts in. Oh, I should probably put her in a room. That sounds weird. Please don't say anything. There you go. And she should be standing around 200, 150, maybe there. Copy mouse coordinates. That little trick, by the way, the copy mouse coordinates, middle button to copy the current mouse coordinates to clipboard. You can't do that on a laptop. And it's a pain in the ass. So I've actually gotten really good at at remembering coordinates, so I'll just sit there. That's usually why I go with like equal numbers. It's like 200 by 150, 200 by 150, 200 by 150, and then I go in and then go, she should go 200 by 150, like that. Just sit there and repeat it over and over and over again, because I have no memory whatsoever. Use the character tab. What character? Oh, there's a character tab here.
Yeah, I can drag her.
Fuck you. Fuck everyone. Stream's over.
See, we're all living.
Let's see, 18 and 19. Okay, so your normal view is 18, my dear, and speech view is 19. God, she looks amazing. Look at that animation. Actually, that animation needs a closed mouth, doesn't it? It does. When she yaks, she goes like this. She did squat. Fuck you. Fuck you, perfume lady. You do me no proud. Anyway, so let's do that. Let's drag perfume girl to... Oh, fuck's sake. Grundy. I mean, I know I've looked at this drop down a million times, but it never occurred to me to go into this bit. I've never... God damn it. Walk behinds. This thing right here needs to be blocking her ass. Now, we don't need to do this with any sort of care and attention. We just need to go like this, fill it in, and then drag this weird thing down from the top to set the baseline, and there you go. Have our little character here. Does not respect the baseline, which is good. She should actually be like this so you can see bits of her. The hands that I drew are not part of her. Anyway, let's put her like this. She's not to scale. Yes, thank you, Grundy. So,
yeah, that is welded onto her hips.
Yes, she is in fact bolted to the table. This is what we're doing. All right, so what we need now is... Oh, wait, before we do the hotspot, we need a walkable area. We need bits where Brexit Man can actually walk. Just go like... Go up to her. Then you can fuck over here for no goddamn reason, and then you can go right backwards where you came from. And that was terrible. There's a little pixel missing over here. There you go. So now we need a hotspot where you can exit the screen. It should be this one.
Good old AGS regions.
Yes. Description exit. I think this is an older version of AGS than the one I'm using on my laptop. But anyway, it's not complaining, so that's good. All right, so here's a bit. All right, here's a little fun thing that I think back in 2015 I did. Actually, yes, I would love to hear Grundislav's suggestion. No, I'm not gonna use edges. I hate edges, if that's your... Rename all your exit hotspots to Brexits.
I like it.
So when you want to exit the screen, it just goes Brexit? That's going to confuse players, isn't it? I do like it, though. Anyway, so back in 2015, I did a game called What's in the Safe. Yeah, edges suck. Edges really do suck. Back in 2015, I did a game called What's in the Safe, and it was a first-person game, Myst kind of like. So when you walk forward, there's a little arrow that points forward. When you walk left and right, the cursor changes to left and right and such. Now in AGS, you can do this thing like when you move your mouse over a hotspot, it should remember. I can't remember what it's going to save cursor until it leaves. So it remembers what cursor it was before it went into the hotspot, and then you can use mode graphic exit. The cursor I have exit point is the fat arrow pointing upwards. Now if you just do it like this, and this is what my original version of What's in the Safe did, this is supposed to work this way. Like you move your mouse into this box here, then the cursor changes to that fat arrow, and when you move your mouse out of it, then it changes back to whatever cursor it used to be. That's what this save cursor until it leaves does. But if you do this, and then you flail the mouse all over the screen, sometimes the cursor gets stuck in whatever cursor it was supposed to hear. It doesn't return to its place. It doesn't return to the previous cursor that it used to be. So Ben Chandler, bless his heart, and Kevin Wallace, bless his heart as well, came up with a solution for me. And it's something that I just pasted into my global script, and it works, and I don't question it. You never question what works, just use it. Where the hell is my global script? There it is. It's this thing up here. Override previous cursor, blah blah, something, save cursor, but I don't care. It works. And then all I do is copy and paste, change mouse mode for exit into my script instead of this horse shit. That works, and somehow that fixes the little bug where it sometimes wouldn't change back to its original cursor. Don't ask me how.
And that, my friend, is coding. It's all about collecting all the weird hacks you've accumulated over the years, because they seem to work, and you just put them in.
Yes. Oh, you should see. The game that I'm actually working on with John and Amberly, Pete, is called. There is no one to replace, sort of a visual novel type thing. And Sean Etchison did a wonderful bit of code for me. Actually, he just did it for his own game, but he let me use that bit of a code where in visual novel style, every dialogue is printed at the bottom of the screen. And again, I have no idea how it works. It just does. So I just put it in the game, and I'll just put them in the credits, and there we go. I'm not a coder, I just have smart friends. Grundislav says, have you tried using properties? You know what? It's interesting you should mention it. Probably not for this. Let me just fix this briefly. Exit map, walk on. That means player change room to 1. And I'm going to just quickly load up room 1 to see what coordinates he should materialize at. Perfect encounter, that should be around here. 135 by 100. 135 by 100. Actually, it should be here. 100. Fuck you. Copy coordinates. Yeah. Boom. God, I love having a middle mouse button. Anyway, let me briefly show you how the multi-verb thing works. because that actually does use the properties bit. That's probably not your what your question was. But anyway, let's load our perfume promenade up again. So let's say that we've got a new hotspot. This shelf bit here. Gonna mark that as a shelf of perfume. Give it a programming name. There you go. So the way that Ben coded this, and again, I have smart friends. I didn't code this. I don't know how it works. I just know it does. What you do is you define every verb that you want to use in properties. And he's done it so that you can type in the verbs in the string separated by a pipe, which is this character, there you go. So we want to be able to look at it, we want to be able to sample it, we want to smell it, and we want to fuck it. So we go into interactions, and all it does is look at the interact hotspot, because this is technically a single cursor game. It's just when you click, then all these verbs pop up. And in the code, you type in, if the action selected was look, then say perfumes suck. If MV action was smell, then he says no way, they suck. If MV action was I type terribly. I can't remember what the last one was. Browse, was it? I can't remember. Sample. Grinso says, interesting, this is much cleaner than how I'm doing it. I'm sorry. I didn't do this. Oh, and one thing you could do is actually, Ben was really clever about this. If we have a verb that we want to replace or get rid of, you can type in h-shelf mv. You see, you can add a new verb. You can remove a verb, you can switch a verb. For instance, if you've got a door, the first verb should be open, but then when it's open, the verb should change to close. So you can switch verbs. It's a lot of fun. Of course, you can't do this.
Flexible.
It is quite flexible. One thing so what I'm going to do is shelf mv remove verb fuck. So that way, once you've tried to fuck it, he'll say this verb should not be in the game, and then remove the verb fuck from the next time you try to interact with it. Right. Oh, one thing I need to do is walkable area. Just plonk him around these coordinates here. When he goes to, let's see, where are you? Where are you? I defined this already. There we go. So, and one thing I need to do, one thing I need to do is, before fading in, we need to change his view because he's coming from the top-down view. Hi, Red Star, by the way. Hello, welcome to Amateur Hour. That's a hard phrase to say, Amateur Hour. Whatever it is, I mean, amateur language, amateur coding. Anyway, he's coming from the top-down overhead map, so now he needs to change to a sideways view, and that's 2. And he also needs to change his speech view, which is his view for talking, obviously, which is 3. Now, one thing that really fucks with my head is like if you don't know, what we were defining earlier was that these are basically views are basically animations. So we've got your perfume girl here. She has like an idle where she's just standing around doing nothing, and then she has an animation for talking. They're called views in AGS, and you can change those on the fly in the script, like I'm doing here. I'm just telling our protagonist Brexit Man to change his normal view to view number 2, which is him from a sideways perspective. And whenever he's talking, it should use animation number 3, which is sideways but talking. But here's the fun bit. I'm sure you've noticed this, coders, Pickle Dog in particular. This one uses a parenthesis. This one uses an equal sign.
So one's a function, one's a property.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times the debugger has, raised hell with me going, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, I don't know. Oh. I mean, I don't, maybe there is a rhyme and reason behind all this, but AGS, to me, a non-coder, it's very inconsistent with what needs a parenthesis and what needs an equal sign. Very inconsistent. So basically, I use the hell out of the contextual help. And this has saved my bacon more than once. When there's a property I'm not sure what does or what the syntax is, you just put your mouse cursor on it and hit F1. Contextually, it just pops up there, and that shows you the syntax. And also what the hell you use it for. And it does that for most of them. Obviously these are specially coded, so they don't have contextual help, and this was also specially coded, doesn't have contextual help, but all the others, my god, it's a lifesaver. And if there's something I really don't know, for instance, this was actually a problem, maybe someone in the chat, maybe Grundislav can help me with this, something that I wanted to do in my real game was have a... remember the intro to Full Throttle? Like, it starts out with a view of the sky and then it pans down, but there's no character on screen. The camera just pans down. There's something you need to do with AGS in the scripting code. You lock off the camera and then you move the camera independently, and I could never get that to work. So what I would do is go and Google Adventure Game Studio panning camera. And then up comes the always helpful Adventure Game Studio forums. Oh, viewports. Yeah, Grundislav. Viewports. I can't get those to work. And Pickle Dog, feel free to elaborate on Dan's question in the voice chat. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, let me say it out loud, yeah. Yeah, so a method is a piece of code that is actually run when you call it. That's one of the parentheses. Whereas a property, you're literally just setting a variable inside that object. And yes, it is. These things are distressingly inconsistent in most libraries, languages, etc. that I've used. That yes, sometimes it's a property, sometimes it's a method. And, but yeah, the distinguishing factors: editing a property, i.e., with the equals, all you're doing is changing something. Whereas a method will actually cause a piece of code to be hit. So it's going to be something more significant than just changing a property.
It makes no fucking sense with this, I think, because you are just changing. It's the same thing. You're changing an animation, but one is a parenthesis.
These two look very similar in significance.
Mm-hmm. So I have no idea what there is. So what we need to do is we need to put in a puzzle. We have to walk away from this stream with a completed prototype. So what I failed to put in this screen was the painting or something akin to that. So maybe I should draw it as an object. I just had a little brain fart. Now, feel free to jump in and tell me if this is an awful idea. We'll have like a one of those signs. I can't remember what they're called, but those kind of signs, you know, they're just balancing signs. What are they called? A signs. We call them A signs.
Sandwich board?
Sandwich boards. Yeah, we have a sandwich board with the picture on it. And then the river was over here, I think. And in the sky was a fried egg. Something. And then little Puss Boy was here. Puss Boy. And he's also bleeding. It just looks like he shat out a key or something. Alright, let's undo that. Alright, so this could be an object. Actually, let's color it in so it also realizes that it is an object. And my idea was, this is very evil, I think, to have the location of this board be random. So it can appear on any screen. And the game will... Oh, shit. The game... Is that a stupid idea? It kind of feels like a stupid idea.
What, that the painting should move around?
Yeah, that the painting moves around, or that at the start of the game just decides that the painting resides on one screen. But the screen is different every time you play it. There are two ways we could go about it. Oh, shit.
I like this idea.
Really? Why?
Replayability?
There's no
buzzword.
There's no replayability.
It reminds me of that Peasant's Quest game where the log keeps following you around the forest, and the game is constantly lampshading this.
Oh, it's not following you around. Of course not. So we could copy this object out of the game world and just stick it in random locations. Oh, Grundy just DM'd me some code on Discord for panning my camera. You are a prince. Thank you. Macabre says, how about adding modern art gallery fancy exhibition tomorrow? Yes! And then you go to the information desk and ask, who is the artist? Yes, of course. That's what it says on the other side, I guess. I drew this in the wrong perspective, didn't I? Actually, this is fine. This is fine. As the puppy in the burning house says, this is fine.
Yeah, it can mean the look message.
Yeah, because he can just walk around, since it's an object now, he can just walk around it and go, oh, wow, yeah, what do you look at that? This is so fucking hideous. Right, so I guess maybe it would make more sense to put it at the info desk. I'm not entirely sold on the idea that this thing should move around on its own. It seems weird. Just stick it here. I also drew a door to the info desk under the assumption that maybe you should break in and annoy this person, but I don't have a reason to do that. What's a good place for this? I think like over here where no one can see it. Or here. Yeah, here. Yes, the music agrees with me.
Yeah, the music's got you covered. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you call those? Sandwich
board?
Boards. Thank you. Hashtag second language.
Yeah, sometimes people wear them, although they're split in the middle.
Yeah, those. Oh, there's that scene from Die Hard with a Vengeance. And for those of you who've watched the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't watched the movie, I am not recounting it here. No way. Not pulling a PewDiePie. Anyway. We can look at and look at... Ooh, you know what we could do? You look at this thing, right? Will be a complete dick to the player here. If MV action is look, we need to walk over to where it is. It's right around 120. Oh, right, I can copy mouse coordinates. Walk over here. Player face direction. Right. Are you planning to have animations in the windows? Planes landing, lifting. If I have time. Admittedly, that's quite low on the rung, but it would make the game more like lived in. So that's a good idea. If I have time to do it, I will do it. And then Brexit Man should say. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm putting in character Brexit Man say instead of just player say, I don't have a good reason. That's just my convention for this game now. I don't know why. That's mainly, I guess, because if I want to put voices in the game, it's better to have I mean, I could just put in player.say because the player character never changes. It's not a multi-character game. But when I bounce a voice script, which Adventure Game Studio can do automatically, then every line that Brexit Man has to say will be collected into one long line or one long chunk, instead of, like, if I switched around between Brexit Man, say, and player, say, then they would sort of be disjointed. Infamous Quests did this with their Space Quest 2 voice script, and it was weird. Anyway, what was... that's a mildly disturbing painting. And then we need a check. Oh, yes. We need a global variable that says back of sandwich board. Because if back of sandwich board is false, then he should also say, hey, there's some writing on the back of it. And then sandwich board, we need to add the verb look on other side. See what I'm doing? So if MV action is look on other side, then we need to walk him around it over here, I think. There's some interesting sampling going on in the music in the background.
It's weird with a
Die Hard.
So it's weird when a Miller song starts out with fast rap.
It says, and what was that line Vocabra said? Modern art gallery fancy exhibition tomorrow. Oh wait, we need to... what the fuck am I doing? Like that. See, the backslash means escape character, so I can put in what are these called?
Escape the quote, yeah.
Quotes, yes, quotes.
Quotation marks.
Good. My brain is not working today. Less so than usual. Alright. Actually, I think that's it. And then once you go to the information, fuck you. Not enough per, oh, what did I forget? 28 adverb. What did I forget? There's some syntax wrong with this. Hang on. Ooh, shit. String verb precision. Oh, goody. Alright, so look on other side, comma. Yes, I forgot these. So that should be the last verb. And this one is optional, so who gives a shit? Alright, so now it'll save. No, it will not. On part 32, if MV action. You need an extra equal.
Yeah.
Okay, now see the debug. Oh, right. You can't actually see the debugger. My face cam is obscuring it. Anyway, the debugger is my friend and worst foe. Fucking hate that thing. Okay, so what we also need to do here is add a character. You know what? I don't even want to bother drawing. This was before I decided to actually put sprites in the game. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna make a character here. It's called info clerk. Where'd you go? Real name? I don't know. Information person. Info person. You start out in this room. And your XY coordinates are... Actually, hang on. We'll just give you a view of... And there should be a... Dang! Alright, sorry. We're gonna need a view here that's just a transparent. And there should be a transparent sprite up here. Yeah, that one. So what I've done now is actually this representation is actually part of the background, and what I do is I just stick the character, the transparent character, on top of this, so it looks like this dude inside, or this girl inside the information booth, is actually talking, but she's not. Nothing. We need to remember to make this solid so that he'll walk around it. Is it? It's clickable. Yes. But, are they always solid? I guess they are. Right. Cool. See, this is my scatterbrain way of creating a game. I just go, oh, I was doing something else, but now I'm doing this, and then we need to do this, and then fuck it. So anyway, you need a normal view of 20, which is transparent, and your speech view should also be that. There we go. And we'll now stick you. I'll do what Grundislav said and go into characters and see if this little dot shows up. Can I drag you? Mr. Dot? No, I cannot. Fuck it. I'll just go like this. 150 times 140. There you go. 150, 140. There you go. Infernal person. For some reason, my mind went infernal. It shouldn't. It really shouldn't, because that's a terrible song. But there we go. Okay, so let's write some dialogue, shall we? So when you... First of all, we need to define properties for this person. Hang on. Did I just fuck myself over? I might have, because the actual hitbox for the character, yeah, it's very tiny. So we need to circumvent this by putting a hotspot over them. Here we go. This will need... I am fucking myself over dramatically right now. I really should have drawn someone and stuck them in as a character, because that's what I'll have to do for the final game. You know what? We're gonna have to do that. We're simply gonna have to do that. I'm sorry. So let's pull up the background info desk. I have to zoom in. We're gonna have to get rid of this lovely person here. Go away. White. Thank you. And draw someone. Because what you... I mean, I know what you guys are thinking. You came here for the drawing, didn't you? Oh, you wanted an artist stream is what you did.
And we delivered.
The horse's head on us.
I don't know. What the hell is this? It's starting again. Let's actually give him a face. Give her a face. I want this to be a female character, but that looks like Beavis.
There you go, yeah.
Big doe eyes. Emo goth. Yeah, that's suitable. And she has like one of those weak smiles. Yeah, hello, kill me. Black clothes, of course, and a pale complexion, slightly greenish complexion, in fact. Yeah, there we go. And purple hair. There you go. Nice Ziltoid kind of color to it. And need to color in the eyes a bit. There we are. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh god. Poor fucking girl. Can someone please tell me what I'm doing with my life?
Creating abstract art.
Sorry, Dorinda, what were you saying?
Oh no, I was Enjoying the visuals here. It's not like I can do much better, so it's.
I think you can. Her entire head just moves up and down like this. Dan says, looking good! Oh, Christ. I hope you're somewhat entertained by this. I mean, I can perfectly understand if you're not.
Or you can do like Charlotte Gore does, where the characters just bob up and down.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. There we go. That's still a lovely rendition, I feel. All right, let's go into. Oh wait, no, sorry. We do come back, please, because we need to save this background again without the character here. That's why I deleted them in the first place. There we go. Now we have to replace this background. Info desk, there you are. And now we have our info person. We need to load in some sprites. Pink hair is always the way to go. Thank you, Classic Gamer. I went with purple, but it's close enough. She's got kind of a George Jetson meets Gas from Invader Zim vibe going on. Anyway, she needs views, obviously. New folder. Info girl. And she needs a. It's actually a sitting view, it's not a standing view. Info girl talk. And you'll notice also I'm sticking all the prototype animation and graphics in just one folder. You're not really supposed to do that. You're supposed to actually, make sense, make life easier for yourself, do folders, I mean, you're gonna have a lot of animation, but we're not, because we're just building a prototype, and a really, really hideous one at that. So your normal view is 21, and your speech view is 22. And don't you look gorgeous? Yes, you do. Characters, there she is, and we'll just stick her there. There you go. Hi, Undying Spite. I love that username, by the way. I really do. Right, so character. You will have properties. I can look at her, but I can also talk to her. And oh, wait, I just caught myself in something. So if it's a woman, does she actually man a desk? I don't think she does. This
woman mans a desk.
Yeah, but it's just seems
It
wrong.
does sound wrong, though. You could say work the desk, I guess.
You know what? We'll put it in the dialogue. This girl mans the information desk.
So Undying Spot has a very, very important question.
Ever tried Unity plus the Adventure Creator plugin? No, I have not. I'm not smart enough for that. Unity gives me hives. It has you need to actually know how to do stuff, and I don't know how to do stuff. So I've never done anything in Unity, and I probably never will. I mean, this is the first programming scripting language I learned since QBasic. So that's where we're at. I know you're trying to help, but I'm just kidding. Somewhere over here, please. There we go. Block. Player face, character, info person. And then we need to start a dialogue.
Yes, key basic gorillas.
Undying Spite says we use it for the Poison Pawn. Yes. Oh, do you use the Adventure Creator plugin for Poison Pawn? That's interesting. Wakabra says Unity gives me highs. Grinslove, that was kind of my coding progression too. Basic, then AGS. Yeah, and once you get into something, once you can actually make shit move around on the screen, you're very reticent to change your ways. And Lord knows, me having to learn another language would be just absolute misery. So what was I doing? Oh, right. D-info girl. Did I actually call it info girl? Yeah, I did. Fuck it. That's what it's called now. That's a weird thing to call a dialogue. Anyway, so now we write some dialogue. First of all, Brexit man goes, yo, I need info. And then info girl, who's not info girl, she's info person in the script, I think. Yes, isn't she? Info person, yeah. That's what I'm here for, I guess. Something, blah blah. And I don't want to talk to you anymore. No one ever does. Stop. Let's see, who's the artist on that sandwich card, placard, board, sandwich board? Sounds like something you'd prepare a sandwich on. Anyway. And there should be other like, when's the art exhibition, stuff like that. So oh, we need to ask the name of the painting, and this is where the brainstorming comes in. So my thinking is, she doesn't know who the artist is. You need to have asked who the artist. She doesn't know the name of the painting. You need to go and ask another person who has extensive knowledge of this for some reason, and tell that person that, wait, actually, I'm not quite comfortable with this one. Yeah, that's a much better first name.
Double prick.
Yes. So she doesn't know it, but once you've asked her, oh wait, come on, help me here. So there needs to be, she needs to point you in the direction of where you need to go to find. Oh, and now I know Red Star and Undying Spikes. Real names. Sorry, what?
Could there be a fancy art magazine on your magazine rack?
There could be. We've already.
Or you have someone over by the storage locker.
We have someone over the storage locker. We also have our perfume counter, which is not being used for anything right now. Maybe that person is wearing a t-shirt with art drawn by Bubble Prick Bouillabaisse. Or someone hanging around the storage locker is also interesting because you can have an international art thief trying to shove a full-size painting
that could work.
into one of the... I'm out of water. Fuck. So that still doesn't really, we have no idea what the perfume promenade is for. Maybe it should not be for anything, but maybe once you've asked about this, then the person appears at the storage lockers trying to shove a huge painting into... No, I changed my mind. He or she should always be there because you're supposed to, put two and two together. Oh, that's an art exhibition. I saw a person shoving a painting into a storage locker earlier, and then you go up and talk to them. This is how I design games.
Either that or Bubble Prick is the guy at the storage locker.
Could be interesting. Hiding his paintings away before the big day.
Yep. He's going to the art exhibition, so...
Yeah. He's not an art fan, but he's a renowned artist. I'm sure you've heard of him. And these 2, 3, and 4 should only be... Okay, let's do this right. First of all, go away. Room 6. So... when you've looked at the painting itself... obviously only the first time you do it, we should have option 2 and 4 should appear. So and this is a little trick, by the way. So what I want is that the art exhibition question doesn't appear unless you've looked at the back of it. But if I just go like this, once you've looked at the back at it, D info girl set option state 3 option on, then whenever, I mean, you can look at that at the back of it all day long, and every time you do it, this option would reappear. Like if you select this, then I've done so that it turns off that option. You can't ask it again, but then you can go back and look at the sandwich board and it will turn on again, unless I do this option off forever, which means that it only turns on once, and once you've asked it, it'll turn on, it'll turn off, and no matter of on turning will turn it back on again. This is the worst stream I've ever done. Right.
Somewhere an English major was weeping.
Yes.
I'll say keep it up.
Oh, just wait till we start doing like Space Quest 3 remake on the stream. I was planning on like involving, you know, people in the chat and people in the voice chat in writing some incidental messages for, you know, like places like Fleep Hut, for instance. Like there's a bunch of there's like sand and rocks, and you need to write a multitude of phrases for that. So I thought that could be an interesting stream, but this is Oh, this is awful. Anyway, so lockers. Yes, we need to draw a person here. And Lord and behold, this is going to get weird. How do you draw someone trying to force a painting into a locker? How?
Just has to be holding a large flat object, I guess.
Just like sort of. So this is the painting, and he's holding it like this, and I'm just gonna. Oh, god damn it! Hang on. There we go. Now I can see what I'm actually drawing. Like this? This looks so fucking awful. Like he's got more torso than he's got anything else. This is a man made entirely of torso.
I think part of the problem is your locker bank is like 5 meters tall.
Yeah. It is vastly inconsistent with proportions, which is placeholder art, people. Placeholder art. And it's also closed. Tanky says it's getting late. It's way too late for this shit. Yeah, so thanks for the stream. Thanks for joining me. Alright, let's color him in. Fuck it. Placeholder. We need to give him a sort of angry reddish, strainy color to his face. There we go. And yellow teeth. Actually, green teeth. Yeah, he's gonna have green teeth. I just painted over a bunch of shit I shouldn't have. There we go. That just looks like he has a full beard and he drank a shit ton of Mountain Dew. Oh, and this should be, yes, the house, the screaming face, and the stream, and the whatever sun. And it was very blue, I seem to remember. That's also blue. Dabba dee dabba da. Actually, this part down here was green, I believe. And then the house was some color. Gives a fuck at this point. There we go. Put those bits in. I'm an artist.
House colored.
And the sun was yellow, and so is his shirt. And he has beige pants because he's an artist, and that's what artists do. He needs to have somewhat recognizable colored hands. The music is definitely betraying what's happening in the stream. And whatever the fuck colored shoes. There we go. What am I doing? Alright, so that's one but when you talk to him, he needs to turn his head. I'm gonna cheat this a lot.
A stub for an arm?
Yeah. I'm just gonna extend his arm unnaturally. There we go.
Go.
And just I don't know what the hell is going on here. It's just sort of... Yeah. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. I'm going to give him some blood dribbling out of his mouth. There you go. There you go. He has his problems, you see. And of course he needs a speech view too, but let's start with... This is his... I'm gonna call this artist. This is just him standing around doing something. And this is artist talk, I guess. No, he's ready to talk. What just happened? I heard a little... Oh well. I think I might be getting a bit paranoid. So this is a mouth, I guess. Right, screw it. Artist. Talk 1. And oh, shit. Yeah, I'll do. We're not in this for professionalism, are we? Even the music gave up for a second there. Alright, so we've got him in. And we're gonna stick him in... You know, no. Let's do this right. First, give him his views. Name these two artist. Give him a view that says artist stand. And then just ready and artist talk. He needs 3 views because when he's just standing around doing nothing, he's shoving this thing in the locker, and he's facing right when he's doing that. So where'd you go? There. No, that's the wrong one. It's this one. But when he's ready to talk, that's when he changes his view to this. And then when he actually is talking, it's when he is using these frames right here. So there we go. And I have a lot of shit open, don't I? You know, I'm just gonna close all of this down. There you go. And now we need to define him as a character. You're gonna start out with normal view 23, and your speech view will always be 25. That's fine. He has an angry red speech color. I think that's very appropriate. And this is the artist. Actually, the description should be man shoving painting into locker. And he should start in this room. So let's stick him in the room. Oh boy. That is...
And I'm gonna blue cup.
Yeah, that's not how he's supposed to look. I forgot to give him views. I gave him views. Hang on, what's going on? 23, 24, 25. Normal view 23. Speech view 25. Why do you hate me so? That's weird. That's weird. Oh. I think it might be because because for some reason when I did these views, I put them on the right loop. I didn't need to do that. I'm just gonna, yeah. Let's do this instead. For some, I don't know why I did this. it doesn't matter. He only has one way to face. He's never gonna walk anywhere. That's an awful thing to say, but he is never gonna walk.
Well, the bat has no
Never walk again.
shins. It's just all torso.
Yes, this is Torso Man. What he does is roll. Oh, also because artist stand, I forgot to give that a. There we go. So there we are. Thank Christ. All right. So the walkable area comes up to here. I think we need a bit more space. We can walk right up to him. Stand around 180 by 150, maybe. Yeah. 180, 150. And he needs dialogue as well. I hope TorpedoBear appreciates the amount of shit I'm putting him through.
He's got a lot of writing to do.
He's got a lot of writing to do. And this is where things get really interesting. Actually not. So first, the man ignores him. So we wait for 50 seconds. Excuse me. I said, excuse me. And then we wait for a bit more. And then the character artist change view to, fuck, what was it? Which is the one? Artist ready for 24. And wait for another 50. And I guess just goes you wall. Hello. We've gone up to someone, poked them, and go, excuse me, excuse me, hello, hello, excuse me, hello, hello. Yes, can I help you? Hello. That is like the worst thing you could say. Am I spelling renowned correctly? I am, aren't I? There's no K.
That's right.
Yeah, there's no K in it. That's for weirdos. All right, what was the name? Let's see. Info desk. Room script. Oh wait, the room script doesn't know. The artist girl or the info girl knows. What am I doing? There we go. Bubble Prick Bully Base is his name. I mean, of course it is, isn't it?
Bubble Prick Bully Base.
And this option, of course, should only come on once you have looked at the thing in... Now we do need this room script. Mildly disturbing affecting, and then the artist set option state. I forget. 3. And that means I need to remember to say option off forever 3 so it doesn't come back on. Oh, hang on. Hang on. C. Okay, the logic here. Lockers look like a big waffle maker. Yeah, they do. They do, kind of. Torso man. Okay. Brain having a bit of a fart here. If we ask him. Now, see, there are different threads here because if I ask him just out of the blue, did you draw that magnificent painting by the info desk? Well, he can answer yes, but the info girl told us the name. So the question should be, you drew that magnificent painting. So, okay, so what he does is, I have no idea what you're talking about. My art is too fabulous to put on sandwich boards. So once we get into the, can you get these views out of the way? So you have to ask her. See what we're doing? So the artist talk, set option state. I don't write dialogue. Anyway. So what is the painting called? Is an option that only appears if you have, sussed him out that he actually is the dude who's painted. So we've just created a puzzle, lads. It's a shit puzzle, but it's here. And the artist will respond. So now I've forgotten what it was. Something jewelry, something. Where is the... peculiar precarious jewelry. Really? Okay. Peculiar precarious jewelry. That's an interesting title. I know, I'm an artist. Right. Option R5, and this will increase the phrase counter by 1, and this is the number that keeps track of how many bits of the phrase you've found, and also each individual phrase has a Boolean verb that checks. This is used in the dialogue with the fancy man or the clever guy. As you can see down here, a Boolean verb. Why am I teaching you this? But anyway, a Boolean verb is a true or false statement. So each bit of the phrase, there are 5 bits of the phrase. They each have their own verb. So when you walk up to the clever dude and you say, I've got the phrase, but you don't actually have all the bits, then each of the phrase will provide like a waffling sort of, something, and this way, when you walk up to him and go, I've got bits of the phrase, it doesn't matter which order you found them in or how many you found, he'll just walk through all of these and the responses are written so that they could theoretically be the first part of a sentence, or they could be the middle or the end of a sentence, just blah blah, I'm kind of sure, and then blah. And then depending on how many phrases you found, that's the integer that goes up, then the clever guy will say how close you are to the end. Yay, me!
Worth mentioning, if this is like a lot of other languages, you can probably leave out the equals true. Because a Boolean is already it's F phrase jar, F phrase cavalry.
but it starts off false.
No, but if phrase jar equals true is the same as if phrase jar.
Is it? I didn't know that. I did not know
possibly.
that.
I don't know the specific language, but it probably works like that.
It probably should. Actually, that reminds me of something I saw in the global script, which I probably shouldn't have seen. It's when I was coding in the little debuggy window. I saw something down here. Yes. Yeah, see here. This is my bit of code that says if you press Control D, then the little debug window should show. And if it is already visible, then it should turn off. That's what this line does. So I just put in visible equals false. But down here, this is something that's like pre-baked into AGS, so I didn't write any of this code. This one just says G-menu visible. Which yeah, so that means it's true.
Which means it's the same as if G-menu visible equals true. Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's a brilliant trick for you.
Oh, well, cheers. I did not know that. You learn something new every day, kids. And apparently, when I get off the stream, I'll also learn how to control the camera independently. Thank you, Grundislav. He probably fucked up somewhere and is making a real game right now. Actually, do go and check out Rosewater, which is Grundislav's next game, spiritual successor to Lamplight City. It's going to be awesome. So I plugged his ass. Wait, no, let me rephrase that. I plugged a game he's making with his ass. That's still not good. Anyway, what is that crawling on my nose? Thank you. So, what?
It's a quality stream here, dude. Just how we like it.
I mean, if I wasn't doing this, then I would be playing some game and thinking I should be making the AdventureJam game. So what I did was basically, fill time and make an ass of myself on stream. There is no way in hell this VOD is coming out. No, there is no, it is not. Maybe for future archival purposes. Also, vocabulary. What is this butt plug crawling on my nose? Brilliant, flawless, faultless even. All right, so I learned something new from this, and that's fantastic, and I'm actually having lots of fun doing this. I imagine it's no fun to watch at all, but anyway, we've got a puzzle now, and this actually is the last thing we need to do. So let's test this. Let's see what happens. There we go. Yeah, I missed one.
I'm missing a paren.
Yeah.
Always brace.
You can't see this on screen, but it's saying a line 597, and this would be one of my character things. 597. Oh,
you're missing one from the if at the bottom.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. So that's because the artist. Sorry, because I forgot to put that in. There we go. Thank you, debugger. Ooh, dialogue 6, line 16. I'll bet that's this one. It doesn't do lines, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. That's it. Hang on. What's wrong with this? Parentheses expected. Where do you expect parentheses? Line 16. Why would you do that? Is that dialogue 6? It's not. It's the info girl. I'm sorry. Oh shit. Yeah, right.
There it is.
Of course. Yeah, we forgot to do the important bits, obviously. So option 4 is the one we should turn on when this happens. So here we go. There you go. That should do it. Right? Let's see how this actually plays. Grundislav says, I fucked off, but I'm playing games, not making any. Aww. Way to shatter my illusions there, dude. Alright, there you go. Oh my god, this is... Why does it say sandwich boards? Plural. I'm a mess. Alright, let's have a look at it. Let's have a look. What just happened? That doesn't actually do anything. Alright, I fucked something up. Let's go to info desk room script. I If every action is... Did I forget to actually put... Look, no, I didn't. What happened? There's something wrong with the object itself. What is it? Properties. Oh, because... Oh, fuck me. See, now that's the one rub. The verbs, of course, need to match specifically with the verbs you type into the script. So what I did here was write look, but what I wrote in the properties window was look at. That's why it's not working. So if I do...
It doesn't throw an exception if they don't, it just fails silently.
Yes, it just goes, well, there's nothing there, so fuck you. Alright, now it should work. Sandwich board. That's a mildly disturbing painting. There's some writing on the back of it. Look on other side. It says Modern Art Gallery Fancy Exhibition tomorrow. That line was written by Vocabra. We should put him in the end credits. I need to make a note of that. Put Vocabra in end credits.
Gundy Slav was playing classic XCOM.
I pity the poor fool who plays XCOM. Or actually, you know, that's actually okay.
It's a great game. It's just very, very, very trying.
I would be very, very bad at it. However, the music is fantastic.
It is.
Alright, so we can keep doing that, and then we can talk to this girl. Hello. Yo, I need info. I'm also staring at the wall, apparently. I should move him down a couple of pixels. Something, something. Who's the artist? Renowned artist Bubble Prick Bouillabaisse. I'm sure you've heard of him. I have not. What is the name of the painting? I don't know. Don't want to talk. No one ever... Oh, shit. Clicked out of the game. And then we scoot over to the storage lockers. That is amazing. It looks like he's wearing a bandana. We'll give him a chat. Excuse me? Excuse me? You what? Perfect. Ship it. Hello. Did you draw the magnificent sandwich board by the info desk? Yes, I can already see what I'm missing here. There's no way to exit this conversation. Huh? See? That could be a problem, couldn't it? So,
you could make some interesting pitfalls and AGS.
That is a very interesting. Hang on. 5 is what the paint. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just wondering why is there a 7th option? Did I mess something up in the? No, but I didn't. It's just. And then artist change view back to whatever it was. 23. There we go. Vocabra says, how about make the name of the artist a pun on TorpedoBear, like Rocket Moose, Missile Type, Projectile Elk. Oh my god, Projectile Elk is the best thing I've heard all day.
I love it.
Projectile
Yeah,
Elk.
it's going again.
Oh, that is much better than Bubble Prick Bouillabaisse. So we gotta change that in Info Girl.
Oh, it's awesome. Great job.
What the hell was that? Was that?
Must be talking to my housemate.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was Dorinda leaving the room, saying "Good work, well done," from way over the other side of the room, and then shutting the door for no reason. All right. Well, this should actually work. So let's see if we can finish the game like this. Actually, would one of you guys like to play it?
Please.
Because I think it's... We are doing Parsec. This is what Parsec can do. So we've got you guys... Who would like to play it?
Please.
You would like to play? All right. So, Pickle Dog, I've given you mouse control, and I will just start the game up. And you should be able to control the mouse. And you are!
Cool.
All right, so let's see if all the triggers and shit work.
Let's start with the -4, shall we? Oops.
Yeah, that one's, it's a little finicky. I can control how many pixels it has to leave the box before it actually disappears. I should probably tweak that a bit. Ooh, the scrawny looking guy is eyeing everyone nervously. I think he's had a lot of coffee. Hi there, how can I help you? How long are you open? Forever!
Forever!
Get any weird customers? Well, there was that one guy I had to drag out of here. It was weird. He rigorously resisted. What do you mean? Well, he went rigid. So he went rigid and rigorously resisted, eh? That's what I just said, right? You can carry on. Buy something next time. Fuck you.
Yeah, the exit zone's at the bottom. Okay.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
It's not yet been changed to Brexit. So let us
I did not
the...
change them to Brexit. However, you are going to see something. Oh shit! Something I forgot to put in. It's not going to break the game, but it is. Since you haven't been given the quest yet, you can still ask people, and they'll give you interesting phrases, but it will not increase your. So don't solve this puzzle with the artist yet, because I need to put in a check for that later.
Do I need to go to the gate first, or do I need to go to the to the bookstore?
Try either. Every puzzle except for the bookstore is actually fixed this way. So even if you get like a phrase that's important, you can go back and get it again. Yes, Lucy, try to break the game. Absolutely. Yes. You seem like a smart person. Well, because I'm reading a book? Yes, and the fact that you can apparently read minds, too. My, you seem easily impressed. Do you speak any other languages? Several! Cool. Which? French, Swahili, Javanese, and several dialects of English. Impressive.
Okay, so he correctly is not asking for translation.
No.
So let us go to the gate.
That exit is on the left.
Yes, okay.
I'll make this a lot easier to see in the final version, I hope.
Yeah, I'm guessing the art will lead us to the correct hotspots in the final.
Hopefully. We'll see. No Danish? No. And the language of love? No, neither of these. Although I could put that in late. Actually, that's one for TorpedoBear. We'll just send him a log of the entire chat and you can... Oh shit. This guy is blocking my access to the gates. Swine. Excuse me. Could you move, please? What's that? I need to get through here. I see. This is useless. Never mind. I can't understand what he's saying. The smart guy in the bookstore said he spoke several different languages.
Oh, nice.
Maybe he can help translate this nonsense. See?
So you can indeed talk to them in either order. Very good.
Yes, and because you talk to him first and not the gate guy first, that line plays instead of the other one that just says, maybe I should find someone to translate. Good puzzle. No, it isn't. But thank you. Yes. Can. Oh.
By choosing Danish, the whole game switches to Swedish.
I'm sorry, was I interrupting? Yes, but that's okay. Can you help translate someone for me? I would love to. Cool, let's go. Not so fast. I need you to complete this massively complicated tongue twister first. Why? I don't know. And TorpedoBear will figure this out when he writes this dialogue. Awesome. Where do I come up with such a tongue twister? I look around the airport for inspiration. But my plane leaves in half an hour. Better hurry then. Bastard.
I like that line.
Why is everyone such a dick in my games? I don't know.
So it's a Control D or something? Can you...
Control D. Oh, but you don't have access to my key. Hang on, just a second. Leave the mouse alone, please. I will give you access to my keyboard. There you go. You can now fuck up my computer. So now Control D should work. What the hell just happened?
There we go.
You see
the
You see the Windows start bar open up and you just go, what is he doing? Lucy asks, is there a time limit? There isn't. Should we put one in? Should the entire game be on a world timer?
The answer to that question is always no.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how it is phrased. It's always no.
It should be a no, yeah. By the way, if you want to get rid of the debug window, hit Control D again.
Oh, you're going to make it go away.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Sujak, no time limit, please. I actually can put in time limits. Oh, that's what I'm here for, I guess. What's the name of the... Did we look at it?
We did. I didn't look at the back, though. Let's see.
Oh, okay, so you did look at the sandwich board, but you didn't look at the back of it. So, which is okay, because you can't ask about the art exhibition yet. That's the only phrase that gets activated when you look at the back of it. The renowned artist Projectile Elk. Fuck me, that is brilliant. I love the idea of an elk traversing down a strip of highway at 120 miles an hour, face pointed forward, just a straight line, hovering over the It is brilliant. I love it. Yo, I need info. When's the art exhibition? The sandwich board should have told you this. It did not speak to me. I shall have words with it later. That is the dumbest fucking joke ever. Anyway, it's actually interesting that you can look at the back of the sandwich board. It doesn't help you solve the puzzle at all. Not even in the slightest.
Direction.
There's no reason to look at the back of it. Alright, and here's the Mexican wrestler. The man is trying to shove what looks like a painting into a storage locker. A closed storage locker, for that matter. Excuse me? I said excuse me? You all? Hello? Is that all?
Yes it is.
Who are you? I am renowned artist Projectile Elk. That is not your real name, is it? Of course it is. Hang on.
That wasn't supposed to pop up yet.
The sandwich board that says, who told you that? It was supposed to show up, but the pardon me, I'm leaving is not showing up. And that's probably because... Yeah, I'm just going to steal the mouse away for a second.
Okay.
There it is. That little check mark should be there. It's not. She can't actually exit this conversation. Damn, I should have tested this.
Well, the rest of it worked at least.
Alright. Alright, I'm gonna have to kill the game. Go like that.
Well, thanks for the share.
No worries. I still wanted you to complete the game though. So hang on, let me just speed run up to what you did. Alright, so you went here. Doesn't matter what order we do it in. Just go, hello. Gives a shit. Sorry, no double clicking on exits. Although that really should be a thing. Oh, hang on. what I wanted to show. Before we get the quest. Let's see. The quest is still inactive. Good. We went to -4, and we talked to the clerk, and we went through every option, which is good. And I'm doing this because then you'll be able to see for yourself what happens if you have already received information that you needed later on. So what did we do? Then we went to the information desk. No, we went and got the quest. Give quest to me. Can you help translate? Yes. Awesome. Thank you for your time. And then we went to the storage lockers, and there you go. You should have control.
Okay. Sorry, the reason I keep popping up your start menu is because it's the only way to get my mouse back. It's very strange.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for laughing too. Notice how the
parsec is.
Oh, sorry.
So your parsec is substantially. I talk good. Substantially less weird than it was when we first started using it, but it still has a few quirks. At least it isn't flinging its window off the bottom of my monitor like it used to.
Oh, yeah. I've never actually been on the other side of parsec. I have once or twice, but. Oh.
He automatically bailed out of the conversation. Okay, what happened?
Because I forgot to talk to Info Girl.
Oh, duh. Okay. Yeah, let's just do that quick. Okay. Whoops. Let's be a little less exuberant with the mouse there. So just for the hell of it, let's just talk to her before looking at the painting. Yeah, you just get something.
I know it. I don't want to talk to you anymore. No one ever does. He needs a really depressed voice. That's a mildly disturbing painting. Hey, there's some writing on the back of it.
Let's do this both at the same time.
It says Modern Art Gallery Fancy Exhibition tomorrow. No punctuation. Yo, I need info. Oh, projected elk. It is captivating.
It is captivating. Oh, damn it.
Oh, that happens. I'll tab into it. That doesn't work. All right. It's the icon bottom right on the icon bar. That one.
Yeah, that'll do it. Okay.
Shit. Sorry.
I need to go back to the.
Bit of my chat is obscured, so I can't see what Lucy said an hour ago. You could write Amazon above the lockers. Is that what she said? So it's an Amazon delivery locker thing.
Yeah, you can't put things into those lockers, which I guess could up the absurdity factor, but.
Right. I have no idea.
That was a good line.
No idea what you're talking. My art is too fabulous to put on sandwich boards. Is that a good line?
The Cobra. No, the Cobra says, how about adding, there is no punctuation, because punctuation is a social construct invented to oppress the oppressed peoples.
I'm into it. I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna give you co-writing credits for this. Actually, this is all placeholder dialogue, so it might get rewritten, but that's not my fault if it gets rewritten. All right. So what is the painting called? Peculiar Precarious Jewelry. That is an interesting title. I know. I'm an artist. Pardon me. I'm leaving. Well, you should. Oh. Yes. So if you hit Control D. One phrase found.
Here we go.
And the quest is active.
Okay, let's just go back to -4.
Hi there. How can I help you? What was that about weird customers?
Prompt, yay.
Yeah, there's an that phrase gets added. It checks at the start of the dialogue if the quest is active or not, and if it is active and you have selected the bit that actually gave you the information, then there's a whole nother option that gets added in. And that's what I need to do with the artist guy.
Cool, okay, so that should flag it. Yes. Okay, on to the next.
There is another one on the screen.
Right, the magazine rack.
He also will not browse it unless the quest is active. He goes, I don't have time for that, I need to get to my gate, because then we assume that he hasn't actually been at the gate. Or that he has been at the gate, but couldn't get through.
History Fetish Monthly.
My younger brother was really into history, particularly the Second World War when he was a kid, so I used to call him a history fetishist. Not knowing where history would bring us, this was the 90s, when it was still sort of okay to laugh at Hitler.
Perfume Promenade doesn't have any quests in it yet, right?
It does not. It has nothing. It has a character that does nothing. Oh, by the way, the Synth Palace guy, I really want Gemini to voice him. He's written for
That'll be
Gemini.
perfect.
Yes. He's written for the gem. Hello. Welcome to the Synth Palace. For some reason I'm giving him that voice. That's not the voice he's gonna get.
He's got a good bob going on.
Is this a record store? Yes, it is, but with one major difference. What's that? We only sell synth records. Isn't that a bit limiting? On the contrary, good sir. It expands the mind. Well, more in terms of, like, sales. Oh, in that case, it's quite appalling. What's good? I will now continue to list a shitload of stuff. Because that isn't written yet. Oh, Vocabulary says we only sell synth records on 8-track. Oh, yes.
I was trying to go look at the poster.
Lucy asks, no change machine. I could put one in. Oh, it's a poster of someone sticking his hand in a giant laser field. Actually, this music is oddly appropriate. Welcome to the Synth Palace. Who's that guy on the poster? That's Jean-Michel Jarre. He's the granddaddy of synth goodness. That's an interesting name. I'll just browse for a bit. Sure thing. And 4 phrases found. One thing we also could have checked was every time we'd found a phrase, we'd go back to the bookstore and ask, hey, how am I doing? And he would give a different response each time. But we know those work. I guess. Stables in Burgrave. That's actually the last phrase you're missing.
We talked to the clerk, right?
Yes.
I should have tried prompting the translator dude on 2 or 3, but yeah.
This is a bookstore, right? Correct, you win a prize. Really? No. I was, as you say, making the joke. Oh, that's right. He's supposed to be German, of German descent. That's why he knows what a Burgrave is. What does the name mean? A Burgrave is a nobleman ruling a German castle and surrounding grounds by hereditary right. That sounded a bit French, but anyway. I do say. And the stable part? That is where you keep the horses. Tell me more about the Burgraves. I will now extensively teach you about the ins and outs of German castles and surrounding grounds. You do that. TorpedoBear will fill this bit out. He will, and it will be so amazing. I have no doubt it will. And they also had many chivalrous cavalries. That's an interesting phrase. Thank you, I'm gonna go now. I bid you auf Wiedersehen. Alright, Vocabulary says, did you know there's actually a dude who accidentally put his head in a particle accelerator and survived? Anatoly Bugorsky. I did not know that. Is that important? I mean, it is.
How did he get into the accelerator tunnel? This raises so many questions.
Maybe he came out the other end completely discombobulated, but somehow it actually just reformed him into the exact same person he was. Like if someone else did that, you'd end up like what is his name? Like Chester in Another World. I can't remember the name is Chester. The protagonist in Another World just gets teleported to somewhere.
Yeah. Cyclotron plus lightning equals teleport.
Mm-hmm. And awesome music.
And awesome music, yes. Oh. You can actually ask him what Venom is.
I thought it was phoneme, actually. I will let TorpedoBear write this explanation. We actually looked this up. I just couldn't be bothered to write it out. A phoneme is... I can't explain it. Okay, I've got the perfect tongue twister for you. Show me shall chivalrous cavalry carried peculiarly precarious jewelry while rigidly resisting rigorous romancing Romanians with rickets. Damn, I got through that in a hurry. My God, that's... Yes, I will help you now. Give me a clean pair of shorts. Take me to this man that's causing you all these problems. This the guy? Yes. Watch. Would you let me pass, please? I don't know, bad. Did that make any sense to you? Yes, and now I will explain it to you. Insert explanation here. And now I will depart. Thank you for your time, eloquent man. Don't mention it.
Best part.
Lucy says this is the anti-E3 stream. It is. Alright, let's battle. Cock! You may pass. I will now have a fit. You've won! Now bugger off. Okay, the prototype works. Technically, we still have that one little thing I need to do. And that is put in... Sorry, Pickle Dog, you have now lost all control.
All control, cool.
The artist needs one of those check things. So this goes down here. This is a return. So it's what was your painting called again?
So someone wants to know what we changed. There are 5 objectives to clear the main quest. We added the 5th one.
Yes.
And then a loud motorcycle roared past my window.
Instead of don't mention it, do mention it. And... Oh, wait. I had a whole heap of logic from one of the other dialogues. Let's see. The book clerk. Yeah. If all of this... Yeah, if the quest is Clever Guy Talks option 4. So if that has been chosen, then the quest is on. So that means I can go in here. And this should be covered by if the Clever Guy Talk has option been chosen for, then do all of this shit. If not, then don't. Because because if not, then we are increasing the phrase count and all that before the quest is given, and that would be bad. That would ruin the game. So what else have we got? Oh, I forgot to put in the correct... Oh, shit. The correct phrase. It's not phrase jewelry, it's... Wait, it is. Sorry, never mind. And this one only shows up... So there's some... Here we go. So... Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This is gonna get fun. Right. So, if... First of all, if the quest has been given, and whoops, that actually means I need another parenthesis here. If it has been given and option 4 as artist, if you've already asked what the painting was called, And if phrase jewelry is false, then the artist set option state, then turn on the 6th option on. And technically, it should do 2 things, because it should. Oh, it wouldn't actually. I'm just gonna do this. So 5 option off forever. So I'm just covering my bases here. I don't think it actually does come on. I don't think there is a situation where option 5 would still be on. But I'm just gonna cover my bases. That would also mean that, okay, option off 5 forever, and also if for some reason the 6th one is, then off that goes as well. And here we go. Phrase count is now phrase count plus 1, and phrase jewelry is true. And option off 6, option off forever, 5 and 6. So they can't be turned on no matter what. Right. That should actually do it. The only thing missing now is the ending. We need a simple screen that goes, where do you want to go? And for that, we need a map of the world, like an actual map of the world in 320 by 200. Transparent for some reason. So how the fuck am I going to draw the world? Let's see. This over here is somewhat American. There's a little bit here, and then South America comes down here. That looks like a very angry peanut. And then we have the UK here. And then we have everything else.
You saw what you have first, people. The world according to Denmark.
And this over here, it's California. And this is UK parentheses Brexit land. I have a one that you can't read that. No one can read that. That just says Freckle land. That or fragment land. It's
regret land.
Regret land. Actually, that's oddly appropriate.
Poor UK.
Fuck that. What just happened? Oh God. There we go. Right, that's the UK.
I thought the same thing. Recovery proposes
Irkutsk airport on Baikal.
Irkutsk airport, yes. And California, yes.
Caliporn. Yeah, that's actually what it says. It says Caliporn. Fuck it, I'm not redoing that. Actual world map. Right. And we stick that in the game. And here we go. And of course, player characters should not be shown on this because it is a big ass map screen. She'll have 2 hotspots. One for California and name it California. And this one over here, UK parentheses, Brexit land. And the verbs are travel to. I'll have to catch the end of this on VOD. Why would you? Why would anyone? I don't know why any of you are here. But
because you totally pick your destination at the gate, not at the ticket counter.
Yeah, apparently, which is weird. Actually, I should bring that up, but right. So
It's like Uber.
and apparently the plane just goes wherever he wants, which is interesting. Good night, Lucy. Then something happens, and the same for UK. Right, so what happens is, first of all, once the room loads, first time it loads. Oh, hang on. You know what we should do? Yeah, you know what we should do? Actually. Show player character, true enough, because I actually want some dialogue to appear, and if I don't define where the hell our character lands, then the dialogue will just, stand in the middle of the screen, and that would be bad. So what we do is, once the room loads for the first time, or actually loads, we change Brexit Man's view to the transparent one I made earlier. So now we actually get to use it. And the same for his speech view. And that's the equal sign. Jesus Christ. And the first time he enters this room, see, Brexit Man will go, where should I go? The plane is leaving for the UK, which is where my Brexit destiny lies. But I could also Brexit destiny? I also commandeer the plane and fly to California. Decisions. Right, and then in you go. And the next room is just going to be blank. Because that's just going to be California. It does not show the player character at all.
Yeah, I need you.
And California, we actually have the script for California written out. Put that in. So enters room after fade in.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was my numlock key. Oh, we need a character that's just a voice in the dark. So, new character. Your starting room is... Actually... Yeah, that'll be California. And you have the normal view 20. You're transparent as well. That's the speech view, and your text will be gray, very gray. See voice, say shit. Let's go like this, and like this, and like this, and like this, and like this. And like this. And now I'm doing this with the keyboard for no reason. We can't have those straight brackets. They fuck with the parser. Don't forget the ending bracket and semicolon. No, don't worry, I won't. I'm glad you mentioned it though, because that is something I clearly would have done if I was that sort of person. Title card, we don't have one of those right now. We'll put that in later. Rule Britannia plays, don't have that. Long pause should just be wait 50. Then, as Summer correctly said, remember closing bracket on the end of all of these. There you go. 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 Why am I singing? That's awful. And quick game. Let's prompt user. How do I do that? Quit game 0 will quit the game without. If it's 0, if it is not 0, it will display a message asking whether to quit. That would be 1. Which is kind of moot because when you get to this point, there is no point in not saying yes. But anyway, that's how it is. All right, so that's California. So when you come from here, player change room to 10. And from this is what I wanted to do while we still have not room 10, room 9. I wanted his text to be 150, 170, somewhere down here. 150, 170, 150, 170, 150, 170. Oh, that doesn't take place there. The end of the game actually takes place in a dialogue, and that would be the Birmingham Man. Or did it? Oh, the cock-off. That's where it happens. Yes. Player change room to 9, and I forgot the coordinates already. That's 150, 170. Why not? 50, 170. And then there's the other option, which is the UK. Let's see how that was in the script here. Brexit man arrives in the UK. He loudly shouts, "I have arrived with the sandwich. Let's go vote." So we need to draw a screen that says Britain. All right, let's do that real quick. If any of you thought this was going to be a short stream or an entertaining stream, I hope you all realize how wrong you were. So let's see, we're gonna have Heathrow Airport in the background. It's just gonna be this big ugly box. I hope Ben Chandler's watching because I'm gunning for his position at Wadget Eye, can you tell? And behind here is a strip of airplane things, and there's a little airplane up here that looks suspiciously like a peanut. Yep. And he just sort of walks out here. Oh, we should probably put a door in. And probably a window. I'm sure there are 2 windows in Heathrow Airport. Yep, that'll do. Alright. I'm just gonna put UK. That's exactly what it is. UK. Into this and create a new room. And just checking the chat because Summer has some really great ideas. Background UK. Walkable area. Oh, let's do something fun with this one. You should walk from the entrance to the front of the screen, and he should be like, he should start really small and then come towards the camera. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Let's see. Continuous scaling, yes. Minimum scaling level is, I don't know, like a 10 or something. It's like really tiny, and then he comes up to the front of it. So he starts at these coordinates. And that was room 9, I believe? Yes. Player change room to room 11 at these coordinates. Cool. And then room 11. We need this. Oh, wait. This is the UK, by the way. Before we fade in, we need to Brexit man change his view again. Change view to 2. Oh wait, speech view is going to be 3. That's him from the perspective thing. And once you enter the room after fade in, then he just stands there for a little bit. Wait, like 30, then he walks to the front, like here, 160, 180. 60, 180. E block. If anyone's wondering, E block, the difference between E block and E no block is whether or not it should display the wait cursor and basically lock you out of inputs for the game until it's done doing this. If you put E no block, then the game you can just keep clicking and the game will keep running. I am not a tutorial man. Then we let him stop here for a bit. I have arrived with a sandwich. Oh shit, now I'm putting in player say. I didn't want to do that. Brexit guy. I've made it such a big deal about being consistent about this earlier. Let's go vote, and we'll have him bugger off on this off the screen actually. So I'll go here, and he'll actually go 180. So minus 20, 180, E block, and also anywhere. It doesn't have to be a walkable area. Off he fucks. And then quit game 1. Right. Those are the 2 endings. Let's see if those work. Let's see what I fucked up. So for this test, I think everyone can appreciate that I put in a cheat. So we can just skip straight to the ending. Excuse me, I've got a perfect tongue twister. Off we scoot. Get to see this lovely animation again. This guy. Let's battle. Fantastic. All right, where should I go? I am. I'm a little blue cup. Could also fly the plane and come decisions. Let's try the UK one first. That looked fantastic. I've arrived with the sandwich. Now let's go vote. And off he scoots. Alright, so that works. One thing I need to do is... actually, I should do this a lot earlier. I should do this in room 9. Room load. We need to turn off the... Oh, no, wait. We should not do it on room 9. Absolutely not. We need to turn off the location bar at the bottom. So GMV, location text, visible, false. That thing fucks with my head. And the same thing in room 10. Before fade in. MV location text visible false. Right. And let's just, for the hell of it... Well, we did it, lads. We have done it. I should put in a escape through this cutscene thing, because you can actually do that in AGS as well.
Oh.
Yes, I know. Weird sample of a guy going, Where should I go? Planes leaving for the UK, which is where I can also come to and fly to California. Decisions. Travel to California. Can't see anything. Why is it all dark? Let me check your eyes, sir. What's wrong with my eyes? Let me check. No, this isn't good, sir. Why? What's wrong? This just won't do, sir. Why? Tell me, why can't I see anything? Goddamn tourists. I'm sorry, sir. You can't see California without Marlon Brando's eyes. Fuck it, I'm going to England anyway. Right you are. Your corneas are confiscated as per the act to frivolously disembowel foreign agents we suspect a lot. Have fun being blind. I hate everything. I have arrived with a sandwich. I think. That was the end of that. One last thing, as I completely neglected to give him the proper view. Let's see, when we were supposed to be transparent, he was anything but transparent. Where are my fucking views? Dude, there they are.
20, I think.
Yeah, 20 is supposed to be the transparent one, but apparently he was facing a direction he was not supposed to be facing. So there we go, that ought to do it. Right. Oh, God, you've done it, you absolute madman. I know. Why did I drag you guys along for the ride? I'm very, very sorry. But
now you've done it.
Now you've done it. You've really, yeah.
You've really done it.
So, of course, this means that we are gonna need voices for this. Tomorrow, TorpedoBear's coming over, and I will present him with this prototype that we have now constructed. And he will then spend the coming week writing all the dialogue. If he can get it done. I hope he can. And then we're gonna need to cast this lovely cast of characters. Where'd the characters go? This lovely cast of characters right here. Brexit Man, I think I'm gonna play the protagonist, because TorpedoBear said he wanted to play the Birmingham Man before you understand what he's saying, and then after you understand what he's saying, he's going to be played by Gareth, hopefully. Book Clerk, I don't know. Maybe we're going to try and see if Sally can do a German accent. The Clever Guy, I don't know. Actually, maybe Pickle Dog, because he's got a clever accent. Would you like to be in the game?
Yeah, I could do that.
You will be the clever guy. Yes. The Minus Clerk. I was thinking getting my friend Robert Menace to do it, because he's got that really high energy voice. He sounds like he's on amphetamines all the time. Synth Guy is Gemini. No question about it. Stream died. Well, we've been live for 3 hours, I would imagine. I'm actually kind of surprised it didn't die earlier. It
looks good from here.
Yeah, it hasn't died on my end either. So Synth Guy is definitely Gemini. Perfume Girl, Sally, if no one else wants it. Info Person. Basically, every female character is going to be Sally. I don't know. There was a bunch of other people who wanted to do. Dorinda, did you put your hat in the voice pile as well?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. You could be the artist. Do you want to be the artist?
Sure.
Do you do like a fake posh kind of accent?
I can give it a shot.
We haven't decided anything yet, but this was just me off the top of my head. And then we need someone with an ominous American accent to be the voice in the dark, the Californian customs guy. So fuck it, I am going to go hug my wife, who must be wondering if I'm still breathing or not. We're gonna shut all this shit down. Fuck this.
He's been playing with pixels for hours.
Yes. Is he all right? No, he is not. Summer says, if you need a voice, I'll do one, though not my expertise. Grundislav, can I do my California? Does Grundislav do a Oh, you should definitely be the voice in the dark. Grundislav, I love you.
There you go.
Yeah. Grundy should do as Godfrey. No. I think Grundy is up to something much more ominous than that. Grundy actually, have you guys played like Unavowed or any of the Blackwell 5, Blackwell Epiphany, I think it was called? Grundy is in that. Plays hard-boiled detective. At first, I didn't think it was him. He went really low with his voice, and he kind of went like this. And so I was like, "Fuck me, that's yeah." And then I got all hot under the collar. I should end the stream now. I'm going to end the stream now. I'm gonna shut off the nice. By the way, if anyone is interested, we've been listening to this lovely stream. I just put in study music stream. It's one of the first that comes up. This lovely lady just keeps writing in her journal all day long, every day long, and it's a lovely mix, as you can hear. Lo-fi hip-hop radio, beats to relax and study to. It's great. It's awesome. So thank you. Poor fuckers don't know that I just stole all their music. Chilled Cow is the username. Oh wait, you can't see that. There you go. Chilled Cow is the username. I just marked everything they've ever done. There you go. And now I will turn on my... I don't have my end credits on this. Right. Here we go. There we go. And end credits. So... we've done it. Thank you so much for all your help, guys. Dorinda and Pickle Dog, thank you.
Yay.
You're welcome.
That was... I apologize for dragging you through this. You were free to leave at any time. I should have mentioned that at the start. But you didn't.
It was fun.
You didn't, and that was great. You didn't. And thank you to everyone in the chat for helping. Grundy, thank you for your help with the thing that I did not need to do, the panning of the camera, but I will need that for my real game. So thank you very much. Wakabra, thank you for the inspiration. I will definitely make sure that TorpedoBear is made aware of these lovely contributions of yours and plead with him to keep them in. Summer and everyone else. I have a terrible memory and it's very, very late. So just thank you everyone for joining, and I'll see you around the Chrono stream. Bye.